Hello everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come on, capture the screen. There we go. I always hate switching scenes, but you gotta do it.
Gotta be done.
It's gotta be done. Welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are playing Star Trek Online, episode 37. And my phone went off. Shut up. Thank you. And we are joined by Mr. Sci-Fi Nation. Thank you for the pre-show, sir. That was really nice of you.
Not a problem.
That was really great to be there and meet everyone. Mr. Jedi Bill was also nice to have there.
Indeed, he's a great guy.
And we also have Pacific 414 with us today. Mike, how's it going?
Well, good, brother.
And of course, we have our fellow Black Dragon. How's it going, man?
Oh, not too terribly bad.
Alright, if it lets me... Streamlabs is being a butthole right now. We are having an Orville watch party this Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. Episode 3 we're going to be going through. We went through the first 2 episodes on the Discord. We had some first timers too, Paul as well from Tuesday Night Trek. So far, everyone's first reaction is that they love that show, and to me that means something, because
That's no surprise.
the first reactions I showed people to Discovery, they all didn't want to get through the first episode, so that says something to me. Anyways, we are also going to be talking about Star Trek Continues in this episode. Just going over some things we went with on Tuesday Night Trek, because that show deserves a bigger spotlight than what it got, because it was canceled by CBS when it was supposed to actually keep going and have more episodes. So yeah, we're going to be talking about that, and how messed up that is. Alright, come on, don't give me this dumb blue error. Alright, it's gone now. Cool. Welcome, Leia Rose. It's great
Hello,
to see
Leia
you.
Rose.
Hello, Leia.
That one.
Says hello, Black Dragon. Hello, Sci-Fi Nation.
Hello, everybody. I can't see the chat, so hello to everybody.
Hail to you, Mike. Glad to have you again for this episode, man.
Thank you for having me back.
Of course. And oh yeah, here you are. Dragon's here too. This nice defiant. Whoa. Wow, there's a lot of
Yeah,
people here.
we'll see how well I do.
So, did you guys click on something? Because I don't see any.
When you approach
Used to
the
be-
let me warp out.
We need to approach Bajor? I'm sitting
Yeah,
outside
the-
the system.
Enter the Bajor system.
Oh, enter Bajor.
Oh yeah, I see you. How's it going? Yeah, enter the Bajor system and I'll take you here where all the cool guys are hanging out.
We're keeping an eye on these Cardassians.
Make sure they don't do anything. Alright, so let's go through the first, because there's a red alert event going on. If anyone's not aware, red alerts come pretty common every year. I'm not sure when they first started with them, because I just started playing in January, but from what I was asking some veterans, they said it's pretty common. And
Yeah, every
Did they
couple of
give you-
months.
yeah, every couple of months from what I've heard. Do you know when it started?
They used to be almost constant after the game came out.
Yeah, they were. I mean, it was a regular thing for a while, and then they shut it down. I don't know why, and just made it an every once in a while thing.
And hello, Matthew. Thanks for joining the stream, man. It's good to see you. So yeah, we'll be going through the first one, I believe. Borg, just to start it off easy, because I think it progresses as you go down. Like the first one might be easier, the second one a little bit tougher. So we'll see how that works out. It might not be the case. You know, the Zenkethi
Does it
sounds
still
tough,
pop
but
up?
it could be easy. It should pop up. Well, let's
Does
click
it still
join.
pop up on the right-hand side, like the flashing red alert thing? 'Cause I didn't see anything pop up.
Like the mission to join it?
Like on the right-hand, yeah, like you know where your missions are. Usually it would be over on that side of the screen, just flashing, like in open space, and you would just. click on it.
Oh, like just
Right.
click right. I think it might be actually the case. I think we're just in the wrong area. I think it's a specific part
No,
of space we
no.
have to
Now
be in,
it's
right?
now it's in the.
It's in the
Uh,
event tab.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's in. You have to press J and then head to events. And this one's giving us some pretty nice rewards. You're getting a experimental ship upgrade token, an ultimate tech upgrade, and one specialization point, which I'll have nothing to do with. But yeah, it's pretty nice that we're getting those first two at least. Let's start this. Paparoonie, we got one.
Alright, I hit accept.
Same here.
I did as well.
If you guys want, which ships are you guys using right now?
I'm using my Odyssey.
Odyssey, which Odyssey was it again? The Science Odyssey?
Actual technological and biological
What's a science
decisions.
officer? Oh, it's a science officer.
Okay. Let me turn down the volume a bit.
And I am using a Mirror Universe Galaxy X.
Ooh. I love the Myriad ships. What about you, Dragon? What you rocking again? The Defiant?
I am rocking the legendary pilot warship Tier 6X.
You will become one with the Borg.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, in essence, it's a Defiant. My primary ship runs beams, and I wanted to play with cannons for a while. And then I put the entire, I don't like the show, but I went through the reputation and put all the Discovery stuff on the ship. So the warp core and the impulse engine and the dark matter torpedo and...
Resistance detected. Geometric 0047. 8 of 10. Engaging now.
I pretty much burned up all my Discovery marks on this thing.
That Discovery, unfortunately, the reputation in this game has the most powerful stuff.
You will be born.
They did that on purpose, though. You know that.
Oh yeah, they did.
We warping out then?
Yeah, let's warp out, and then we can try. You want to do this again, or go right on to the next one?
Makes no
What do you
difference
guys
to me.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next
Along
one.
for the ride.
I think I need to heal for a minute though. Shields are at 44%.
Well, like I said, I've been
And
playing with
hello,
this a little bit last
multi-gunman.
night. I don't actually have anything set up, so I'm kind of
good to
playing
see
this
you.
by ear right now.
We got a guest as well, Mr. Multi-Gunman. It's good to see you, man. We're doing all right. We got finished with the one of the first new red alerts. Actually, it's not really new, but it's new
way
event
they-
that just came out. Yeah.
It's new the way you have to enter it. You just used to fly through empty space. It would pop up on the side like the motion picture error red
Yeah,
alert.
kind of like the random TFO or random. They still have the random red alerts,
Oh, okay.
but these just aren't part of them.
Oh, okay. So this is a little different type of... Okay, I got you. See, learn
I'll
something
just
new every
need a
day, and
new-
I've been playing since 2009.
I'll just need a new team invite, Spock.
Oh, that. I always forget it kicks us
Oh,
out.
yeah, me too. Yeah, that's it. Didn't never used to do that. It's weird.
Kind of inconvenient.
Thank you, brother.
Of course. And Robert should be joining us here shortly. He's gonna be a bit late. He's gonna be our 5th member in here for the group. So it's gonna be good to see him. He's also pretty much who taught me on this game. He got me all the information I needed to know, so I don't have to keep blowing up left and right. And it helped, yeah, because I was rocking in the Intrepid, but I did not know what the heck I was doing with it.
Yeah, it's
I wanted to
definitely a
give a-
trial by error thing.
I want to give a quick shout out to Multi Gunman for coming over here off of my channel. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good to see everyone here from Sci-Fi Nation's channel.
Yep. And
Mr.
anyone I missed, I'm
Matthew
sorry. Like
says,
I said, I can't see the chat.
Matthew says, can I come in? We're currently full on the team, so I think we're just going to keep it to the team we have today in STO. Apologies about that, though. Feel free to join the Discord server, and you can always eventually join the channels if you want to catch a stream and, you know, pop in. We can get something working out. Something a little more organized. Yeah, Robert should be joining us here in a bit. Alright, well, as long as you guys are ready, I'm ready to start this next one.
Alrighty.
I am. Yep. Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Let's do this. Tholians.
Oh boy.
Oh boy is right. And I already finished my water. Thanks for a shout out, Mike, on Twitter. I just saw it.
Not a problem, brother.
Yeah, guys, go follow Mike Pacific414 on Twitter. It will be at Pacific414. Go catch him on his updates of his newest videos. And he is getting a pop talk set up, I believe, again, right? Because Melon messed up on you. Big time.
Melon,
I hope they saw
Melon
that.
messed up on me on Wednesday's regularly scheduled pop talk, and then yesterday CSA was a guest of mine, and StreamYards kept kicking him out.
Yeah, like I saw that. That was really... That was not your fault. I could tell, because I know you guys both have great internet. So it was purely, you could see, it was obviously Melon that was the culprit.
Why are you?
Because I know
not
you
letting
use
me target
StreamYard
him?
usually.
Yeah, and yesterday in StreamYard, when CSA was speaking in mid-sentence, it would cut him off.
Ooh.
Oh, my game just lagged really hard for some reason.
Ooh, that hurt.
Probably because of the new explosions. What do you guys think of those, by the way, the new explosion effects? They really changed the game.
It did, but it's kind of confusing. Those types of explosions used to be for like the special weapons, and now they're for every.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, like it's that circle kind of bubble thing.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I
used to
don't
be
like
for the
that too much either.
Wow.
If they got rid of that circle, it would be a little cooler.
Yeah, now it's just a lot of noise on the screen,
Mm-hmm.
and it can get confusing if you're not paying attention.
And like I said in the Discord, this might come off really rude, but a lot of the things that, especially the new developer who worked on the VFX for the explosions, it's nothing nobody else can do, if not probably better. Because like Dragon said, there's a lot of flaws with this one. And could they have changed more? Yes, but I think because of the forced, you know, the push that CBS is giving them on putting out Discovery content has kind of been messing up their plans. And these are, you know, not the original developers. These are, I think, the third owners, maybe the second owners, but nonetheless, they haven't really had the time, I believe, to just start working on this game from the ground up, which is,
Right.
you know, not super necessary, but it would be definitely nicer to see more detailed environments and stuff like that. But I think what they should have done on top of this effects explosion is also redone some of the effects for ground abilities, just to kind of sweeten it.
I mean, they're pretty and all, but it like I said, it can get kind of noisy visually, and if you're in the middle of a battle, that could throw you off.
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Like, I like the little chips of it evaporating away, like when it's exploding, but then that circle, like, force field bubble that kind of pops out like it's trying to be a shockwave. It's not right that it should be for every single vessel, you know? I think some vessels have their own unique explosions. Like, maybe 3 different explosions in the game. You know, not so many, but enough to kind of vary it a bit, if that makes sense.
Well, they've
Because
got
I
3
think-
actual on-screen explosions they can draw from. You've got the refit Connie from
Mhm.
Star Trek 3. You've got the Klingon bird of prey from Generations, and Star Trek 6, which was the same scene, just reused.
Yeah, like,
and then-
they should just, like, take inspiration from those. For just...
And then you've
Yeah.
got the Enterprise D from several different times you see a Galaxy class explode.
Hail, Mr. Alan Copland. It's good to see you, man. Thanks for popping in
Hey,
again,
Alan.
dude. Hope you're doing well.
Good to see you, Alan.
But you're
Always
right,
nice to see
Jay.
Alan.
They should definitely use inspiration from those movies as explosions they could use in this game, because as of now, it's a cool explosion, but it's the same one for every single ship. It should be there should be at least 3 different ones. Not like 10 different ones, but at least 3. And like you said, there's 3 they could just draw from right there from the movies. Oh, that was a quick one though, crap. I didn't even realize we finished it that quick.
My
Tholian's
game
got
lagged so hard on
bitched.
that one. It was like, I got in, my ship started moving, I killed 2 little spheres, and it was over. I'm, okay.
Alright. I'm lagging a bit. Okay, we're good now. Yeah, those explosions almost got my ship destroyed, because I can give damage, not really just receive it too well. I'll re-invite you guys, because it likes to kick you out.
Yeah.
And it didn't used
I
to
wonder
do that.
why
It
it
used to
does
be
that.
where you would do a TFO, and then after you're done with the TFO, you were still with your team.
Yeah.
Bring it back!
Well, it's just like when YouTube got rid of right-clicking on somebody's name in the chat log, and you could go right to their channel. Can't do that no more.
Nope.
Or go to the 3 dots that's next to the name, and it would have been in that little menu. But yeah, they took that away. Why? Makes no sense.
Who knows? Actually, who knows why YouTube does anything?
That is true.
Well, it's just like with a mutual friend of ours and them taking down his channel.
Mr. Golgo, I am waiting for him to address anything before I say anything myself personally. Because I'm also like, I want to say something. Yeah.
He went on the
Yeah,
back
back
tube and dropped a whole lot of F-bombs.
Can't really blame
He
him
was
though.
upset about it, and I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either.
Because they're trying to say something about harassing. Yeah, he was harassing somebody. If you watch his channel, he doesn't harass anybody. He talks about anime.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
And
You know, the only thing I can figure is it's another YouTuber who puts out similar content and is jealous because he's putting out better content.
And that's shameful.
it is.
There's no reason for that.
I mean, I can't say for sure. I'm not going to sit here and say that's exactly what happened, but that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, it's just someone targeting him because of that jealousy. Pure jealousy. Feels like it. Because, I mean, what has he done? I mean, he even asked them. He replied. No response to it, of course, but he replied saying, well,
Yeah,
how
of
can you
course.
just take down my channel without telling me which video was the one that violated, or what I did that violated your terms? And no response.
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, because I don't want that to happen here, you know, God forbid, because there's something about doing too much on a stream that can attract the wrong attention. That's why I kind of try to limit showing my inventory and stuff like that, you know, because it's just not everybody is a nice person.
No,
Like you guys.
You're not
And
in
hello
this
there.
one, Spock?
What's up?
I'm not seeing you in the team.
yeah, I'm not seeing you either.
It kicked me out. I think because I didn't accept it. Apologies. I was catching up on the chat here, and I think I missed it because it goes by pretty quickly for like 50 seconds.
Don't worry, we'll represent the squad.
Oh my gosh. I might as well do it. Whatever it is what you're doing. Alachi.
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh, get out of the way of that.
Hello there, Mr. Kronos. Kronos says, hey there, I just can't watch this due to the fact that it reminds me that I have a crap computer.
Yeah, that I feel bad for Kronos for about that.
Oh man, times will change, buddy. I'm telling you. I had a crappy laptop Toshiba I couldn't even play Minecraft on.
Ouch.
Yep. For 8 years.
Well, this game I'm actually playing on an old i7, 4th generation i7.
That's what I started on.
Yeah.
I've got two of them,
I don't know
a
which
primary and a
i7 I have.
backup. But well, as far as the old 4th gen i7s go, my primary computer is an i7 8700K, and my backup is an i7700K.
Crap.
And then I've got the two 4th gen, it's the 4790, I think.
$47.90.
But I've been
Okay.
playing with computers since 1987.
Dang. Respect to that.
Well, that's actually a funny story. I was stationed in Vallejo, California, and one of the guys that I hung around with, who lived in the barracks, was playing a game called Starflight on a Tandy 1000 SL computer. And I'd go into his barracks room and watch him play it, and it was neat. I liked it. So the Navy had the unit that I was with. When we go out on missions, we get hazardous duty pay on top of our regular pay. Well, we went out on a mission, and they forgot to deduct the hazmat pay after we got back, so they overpaid me. About a paycheck's worth. And when they figured it out that they'd overpaid me, I get, the notification, hey, we're going to take this money back. And I'm like, oh, great, there goes one of my paychecks.
Right.
Well, what they did was they said, okay, we're going to take half a paycheck for 2 paychecks, basically for 1 month. So I would still have money. Well, whoever the dispersing clerk was who typed it in, somehow typed in half a month's pay for 14 months instead of just 1.
Right.
And it took them 15 months to figure out that they took too much money back.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So here I am one day, and all of a sudden I get a $9,000 paycheck. So it's like, okay, I got the money. I wrote down to Radio Shack. I said, I want this computer. I want that monitor. I want this put in it. I want that put in it. Okay, now
Yeah,
here
true.
I am sitting outside of Radio Shack with, basically 2 foot by 2 foot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I bought it and take it out to the parking lot that it dawns on me, I rode my motorcycle down there.
Oops.
Yep. I literally had to call a taxi, have them take me back to the base so I could put the boxes in my barracks room, and have the taxi take me back so I could bring my bike back to base.
Oh my god. That's crazy though. That's awesome that you got that computer you have right now. That's a worthy story to be kept and remembered. The time you brought your bike, you couldn't take your computer. That's funny. I didn't even know. I've never gone to Radio Shack too many times. Never knew they gave away computers and stuff.
Oh yeah, at the time it was the latest and greatest thing to hit the market. Of course, nowadays phones are more powerful than that computer was.
And Matthew says he can't join the voice channel on Discord. That's because we're gonna just keep it to the team we had set up today, which is gonna be me, Pacific, Dragon, Nation, and Robert, who's gonna be joining in soon. But feel free to join the next stream if you're able to.
I'm actually amazed I haven't blown up yet.
This is a long TFO. It's longer than the others. I'm not complaining though. It's actually kind of nice. Blowing things up. Is Matthew from your channel too, Jay?
What's the name?
Matthew
Kersnick.
Kersnick.
Yep.
It's good to have you guys here. Welcome all from Sci-Fi Nation.
Also known as Admiral Saval on YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. I'll go check that out and give a sub.
And the very great friend that bought me the computer I'm gaming on right now.
That's awesome.
Very nice.
Yes,
That was really awesome. You're a good guy. You're a good guy, Matthew. I almost called him Admiral.
oh, you can call him Admiral. That's fine. That's his YouTube name. So.
Alright, I finally finished it.
Map,
So there's a universal today. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. It's Tour of the Galaxies. You just gotta visit 5 systems and then boom, you're done. I don't know. It's usually
5 or 6?
Usually
6, I
takes you
think.
all over the map. Like
Yeah,
alpha,
and it gives you
beta.
very little progress on the Endeavor perk point tree anyways. But I might try it out just for the stream.
Well, that's the universal, which is like only like 200 points.
Yeah. It's less than the green. Alright, let's switch up the ships here.
If you complete Tour of the Galaxy, you get a million
Like a million
energy
EC.
credits.
Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to complete it. I should be like close to being able to complete it. But if I had maybe the legendary ship, I'd probably be able to do it no problem. Because the legendary...
I do it in about 12 minutes.
Really? Okay, so I don't need the legendary. Never mind.
Well, now, I also do it with my Miracle Worker ship, which the transwarp on those are 90 seconds instead of 60. Or no, excuse me. The transwarp is 60 seconds instead of 30, and the cooldown is only 30 seconds twice a minute.
Okay. It's great to have you here though, Saval. I loved you in Star Trek Enterprise. Yeah, Star Trek Enterprise, that's a great show. We should go over in the stream one time, because I have a lot to say about that show as a whole, because, you know, there needs to be a 5 and 6 season, but I don't think that's ever going to happen. Chrono says, I hate you for being able to play this game. Oh my gosh.
Yo,
Matthew, get him a computer, man. He needs it.
Chronos. Well, I got a brand new video card that I can send him. 2 gig video card.
No, I'm
which
just
is more
kidding.
than half of
Yeah.
this game.
That's cool though. Holy crap. My graphics card is the first AMD one I think I've ever owned, because I usually owned Nvidia. My last one was like a 960. But this one I have is I don't remember. I think it's AMD 67 something. I don't really remember the name. It's really more complicated. But it does the job. I don't really stream at like,
6700?
I believe so.
That's a 12 gigabyte
Well, this one,
video card.
I think it's 12. I might be 8 though.
No, if it's the 6700, it's 12. Now, if you got the 6600, that's 8.
Yeah, that's what I have.
See, I'm looking at trying to find a 6700.
Are those good?
Well, I'm looking for the 12 gigabytes of memory. I used to run NVIDIA cards until about 2 years ago. And it was Star Trek Online, actually. They did one of their updates, and their update deleted all my NVIDIA drivers.
I remember that.
That's not cool.
That's why I bought this 2 gig card.
And it would not,
just to
and
find
it
out
would
it's
not
not
allow me
compatible in my
to,
Dell system.
and it would not allow me to reinstall the NVIDIA drivers. So I contacted STO, the devs at STO, and said, hey, you know, I can't get into the game because your update deleted my video drivers. And they're like, well, send us a screenshot of your system. So I sent it to them, and they come back with, well, you're only running basic VGA graphics drivers. No kidding, that's what I just told you. Your update deleted my NVIDIA drivers, and I can't reinstall them.
I had that same problem. I actually had to go back and use the my Dell, what I had the NVIDIA card in. I bought this brand new AMD card, only to find out it's not compatible in this Dell, because reasons. So I had to go back and use my onboard Dell graphics little chip that came on board. That's the only way I got back into the game. And
well, I actually, I actually went out and picked up a couple of AMD cards for the primary and the backup system. I haven't had a problem since. Now, here in the near future, if you've kept up with the news, the STO news, those onboard video chips pretty much will not allow you to get back into the game anymore.
Yeah, and they're getting rid of Windows 7 compatibility. They didn't even just get rid of that. They also got rid of controller support on their main Arc launcher. So my friend had to download Steam just to be able to use his controller again on STO, because Steam has a better controller support. So if anyone's having that issue and they use controllers, just go through Steam instead of Arc, because they deleted that.
And if you don't have Steam, it's completely free to set up an account.
I dealt with probably the most annoying bug. I wouldn't say it's like super important and crazy, but if you guys do the Endeavor system in the game, you're aware that once you do the dailies, if you're able to do it, you can send a point towards critical chance, hull restoration, and if you keep stacking it up, the better it'll get. I was doing that for quite a bit. I was on track of it because I hadn't had work. It was break time, and it was glitched on me for like a month because they added a new reroll token thing where you're able to use rerolls and buy rerolls now. And once they added that feature, I was not able to level up at all. Even completing my endeavors, I was not able to level up my endeavor tree, and I couldn't put any points towards anything. And it was saying I was getting points, like I got 5 perk points, and it wouldn't let me use them. So I sent a forum to them talking about this, and they were very snappy with me. They eventually helped me out, but they were very skeptical with this, and I had no reason to be lying about what my bug was. They thought I was lying. They thought this bug doesn't exist, that, oh, this is just dumb, restart your game or reinstall it. And I had to literally record a video, probably the best video evidence they've ever gotten. I recorded it happening. I completed my endeavors. I showed them me completing my endeavors, and then I showed them my tree. No points had been earned. And then they're like, oh, okay, so there is a bug. And then what do you know? Next patch comes along, it fixes it, and I get all my points back. It was just so annoying.
Well,
they really
good.
don't check their stuff.
Like I said, the only time I've had to do a couple of, work things with them. The last one was my fault. And I apologize to them for wasting their time making it. I completed one of the events, and I didn't get everything that was you were supposed to.
Right.
So I sent off a work order and said, hey, I got all this, but I don't see this. And they came back, well, it's in your inventory. And I looked down, and sure enough, it was like you were like, you're supposed to get like 3 specialization points, and I didn't use the specialization points from the previous event, so I had 3 down in the bowels of my inventory. So when I got the 3 new ones, it just went down to that. Now I had 6. It was just me not paying attention to my inventory. So, I apologize for wasting their time on something I should have seen. But other times when I've had to, I ordered something out of the low-buy store and it didn't show up. And I contacted them, and they said, well, yeah, we don't see it, so we're going to put it in there. And they gave me extra low-buy on top of it, which was nice of them.
They have like a very their mood fluctuates almost because then
Yeah, it
they're very
does.
skeptical
Now, like
of
I
you,
said,
and
with
then they treat you like crap.
Yeah, with the video card thing, it was, well, you need to install these drivers. Yeah, what part of your update won't let me? Don't you understand? You think I haven't tried to reinstall the NVIDIA drivers?
It's ridiculous. You're right. Like, I'm very convinced they don't have like a ground testing group. Like, it's just them, the devs, that test it. And once they're convinced that nothing's wrong, they release it. They don't actually have a group, like a player group, that they could say, hey,
They
test
don't have
this
beta
update.
testers.
Mm-mm. And from what I believe, that wasn't always the case. One of my friends I talked to who's been playing this game for a while told me that they did have testers at one point, but I believe that was under the older devs. Once Cryptic took over, a lot of things kind of changed.
I mean, it's still a fun game.
Yeah, like I don't mean to be trashing on the devs, but they know they have their issues in this game, and there's like a lot of bugs that still haven't been resolved. So we're just making it aware to them, but the game itself is very fun. I encourage a lot of people to start playing this game. It's really fun.
I think if you have a lifetime sub, you can actually play on the test server.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
Tribble server, and I'm a
Tribble
lifetime
server.
sub, and I don't see that server option anymore. Like, I used to see it, Tribble and Holodeck, but now I just see Holodeck.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
maybe they got
like
tired
two,
of actual feedback.
2 or 3 updates
let me
ago.
just tell you, I had to join. I was curious to join a Cryptic stream the other day just to see, what they were talking about, any new updates coming out for the new 2 ships coming out, the Equinox and the Da Vinci, if they were going to do any talks on that, or any talks on upcoming ship ideas, stuff like that. Any question they threw at him, he would either say, don't ask me when this is happening, I don't know. Don't ask me when that's happening, I wouldn't know. I'm not that guy. And the whole stream, he was reading a fan fiction that somebody had written, right? Something about Discovery, I believe. I don't think it was. I don't remember. But he was just reading that the whole time, ignoring questions that people were genuinely asking him, like for the next episode for the Mirror arc they just released. Like questions on that.
Right.
He didn't answer it. He also...
You've only had one episode on there for how long now? It's like, come on.
I know, and people are like, well, we saw our Mirror counterpart. Are we going to see any voice lines for that character? Are we going to see more of that character? He's like, I don't know when that's happening. We don't know. It's just an idea. I'm like, so what's the point of this Q&A if you're not going to answer any questions and you're just going to read a fan fiction? And the craziest part that made me ditch the stream, he said, I'm banning anybody who didn't like that fan fiction I just read. I saw some mean comments. I'm gonna delete them. I'm like, oh, buddy, I'm done watching this.
Oh, your Fifi's got hurt.
And let me just say, one of his things I'll quote him from, he said, I cannot wait for season 4 of Discovery.
Okay, that tells you everything.
Yeah, that says enough about his character right there.
Oh man, let's start this
And
next
I mean,
one.
not actually to diss on him. I mean, if people like Discovery, then you like Discovery. I'm going to disagree with you because I think it's trash.
Exactly. And I have to say very biasedly that if you like Discovery and you're in charge of a big portion of the Star Trek community, I don't think you should be the one doing most of the ideas. That's just a general consensus. Nobody, a big part of the community does not like Discovery. And they'll give you genuine answers to why.
especially if you're doing a developer's Q&A, you don't know anything that's going on with the darn game. We didn't
no kidding.
go to that to listen to a fanfic. We came there to get questions about the game.
Exactly. And I have to say, it was nice of him that he did show like artwork and cool little fan drawings in the beginning of the stream. He was like showing things people had sent him. I'm like, oh, that's cool. You know, little intro as the stream goes, little pre-show. But then the whole time, it was just reading a fan fiction and completely ignoring everyone's questions. Oh, buddy. Well, nothing I can do about it, really. That's other than say my thoughts on it. I hope to see this game continue because it's it's the only game I really play other than the other game I play, Vertex.
Yeah, see, this is actually... Now, I subscribe to 3. Well, I should say I have memberships in 3. This one, Star Wars Old Republic, and Lord of the Rings Online. But this is actually the only one that I get into and play.
Yeah, I've had an issue with this game, you know, loading up a Jemadar character, and then when you get to the screen where you can select, you know, your alliance with the Federation or the Klingon Empire, and every time I tried to select the Klingon Empire, the game would glitch out on me where I couldn't select anybody.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's a strange one.
So finally, after multiple times of trying, you know, waiting for them to put in one patch after another and the problem would still persist, I decided, fine, I'm deleting this character and I'm going to create a new character and I'll see if that fixes the bug. And luckily it fixed the bug that time, but who knows the next time they add another faction to the game, what's going to happen.
I don't think they're planning to anyways. I mean, it would be nicer if they did, you know, more room for expansion. But as the game goes, all the factions basically share the same story arcs, except for maybe the beginning one. Right? The Romulans have their own arc, but that's only one chapter. And then it moves on to choosing if you want to be with the Federation or the KDF. And that's cool and all, but even if after choosing, you should still get unique stories for your species. That's just how I see it. You know, I mean, the Federation, obviously they're made up of different species, they would all get the same story. But if you're the Romulans, why should they fall in path with the Federation always? It seems weird to me that when I was especially a Klingon, and I have one of my Klingon characters is aligned with the Federation, and he was hardcore, like the beginning of the story was like, we're gonna destroy the Federation, you know, and now he's like helping them. Just like, what's going on? You know, I would have liked it if he had his own story as a rogue. But they're just not going to take that much time because I think that's not what they're being asked to do. They're being asked to put more of the Discovery ships or ships of their own idea that take place in the Discovery era or Picard era.
Right. Well, the one thing I will give them, I mean, even with the Discovery ships, they're at least giving you the option to modernize them to the current, you know, they don't have to look like the Discovery ships.
Chrono says, I would like to see an Enterprise E. I believe they actually have that in the game, right? I don't own it.
Yeah, they have the Sovereign class.
I unfortunately don't own it. I think I can go grab it from Fleet, if they have it as a Fleet option.
If you use cruisers, you get it as a free ship.
Ooh.
Could probably bring it out here in a bit.
I was going to say, I have a Sovereign class that has the Mirror Universe markings on it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, he would love to see that, Kronos.
Alright.
Take the torpedoes! Laddie,
I
we're
don't
almost out
know
of
if I've got
torpedoes.
a sovereign class or not. I don't think so. I don't think I ever got that. I got the, oh, what is the Enterprise F?
Odyssey.
Yeah, I've got the Odyssey. I don't think I have a sovereign.
Chrono said,
Got on my
when I played this
main
game, I had an
character, I've got-
Enterprise D. Nice.
got the event Odyssey. You can't get from the Zen store. It's the one you could only get during the event when they first unveiled it.
The Event Odyssey? Oh, never seen that.
Not sure.
Yeah, I
how
think out of
different,
this
but
event,
it's got different like console slots.
I forgot. Was it Dragon? Were you able to catch up on the campaign progress event for this one, or I forgot somebody told me they were close to getting it.
Oh, for the cat's paw?
For like the overall event where you get those 3 prizes you can choose from.
Oh yeah, I'm just waiting on the last one to drop.
So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna snag out of that. I might get the
Yeah, I haven't figured it out either.
The premium
See, and
box,
I don't
but I don't know
when-
what I'm gonna get out of it.
I'm assuming that's probably coming up here probably right after this event.
Yeah, right after
This
Red
Red
Alert.
Alert event. I'm thinking that's
Unless they're
when the
doing
next
the
one's gonna
winter
drop.
events coming out.
Yeah, because the winter event's coming up, and I don't see them running both at the same time.
Yeah. They
So
might.
this year-long event thing that they've got going on, I think the last one's going to drop after the Red Alert finishes. But that's a guess.
Mm-hmm. An educated guess. A very well educated guess.
Now, Spock, you said you've never done a winter event.
I have not.
It's definitely interesting. The best way to get the event progress is do the ice racing.
Okay.
And I'll explain how you can. It's not a cheat, but it's an easier way to run it.
Torpedo! Psh. Oop, I crashed into you. Sorry.
See, the ice racing is you actually racing a course against another, not another player, but another character. And if you've ever run on ice, you know it's slippery. And your character will slide all over the place. So the best thing that you can do is when you get a straight path, you run full tilt. And when you get to a corner, either jump or roll, and you don't slide.
Oh, okay. That sounds cool, actually. My favorite thing from the summer event was the Horgon hunts.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest. See, before, I mean, that's only been a recent thing, like, for like the last 2 years. The previous events prior to that, the only way to get event progress was the flying high.
Flying high was
You
cool
had
too.
to do the. Well, that's the only way to get the event progress. Like 2 years ago, they opened it up to anything would get you the event progress.
This is Acting Convoy Commander Hawkeye Demo. Thank you for your very
And
timely
thank you,
assistance.
Daniel's Hot Topics, for subscribing, man.
They deep scanned each of our ships and then
Awesome,
just
great to see you,
opened
Daniel.
fire.
Hot Top.
I don't know what to make of that, but
Appreciate the support. And Hector says, I prefer the Hecto prize.
The Hector Prize, absolutely.
Kronos Hector.
I love that.
Wow.
That's what I mean. That's why I wanted to do that little pre-STO stream. This.
I appreciate that. That was
we can
awesome.
get
I did
some
not
new peeps
expect
coming
to see all the
check you
peeps
out.
there. That was great. Thanks for having that. That was awesome. And welcome everyone from Sci-Fi
Thanks.
Nation.
And thank you again for having me on it.
That's not a problem, man. Oh,
I'll invite
absolutely.
Matthew. I think Robert's
I don't
logging
have-
on.
I don't have anything running in the background to make me lag like that. So I don't know if it's just
I'm gonna
from being in a
hide
group,
this
'cause that's
downfall.
The first time.
Apologies if you guys are getting that downfall pop up. I'm gonna hide it.
Yeah, how do you? There you go. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, welcome, Mr. Robert. Good to see you, buddy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Thank you. Happy to be aboard.
What's that?
Happy to be aboard. What starship are we on?
Sound a bit muffled, buddy.
I'm not sure why.
Oh, now you sound great.
Okay,
Yeah, that's
that's
better.
good.
That's a lot better.
What starship are we on?
I am on the Narendra. Dragon is on the Defiant, but it's actually not really the Defiant. I always forget it. It's like
Yeah,
the newer
it's-
Defiant.
It's the legendary
Apollo?
pilot warship. It was part
Oh, so
of
it's got
that
the one with
big
the boosts
10-pack
too?
bundle.
It's got those nice little impulse boosts.
Yep.
It's awesome.
So pilot maneuvers?
And then Dragon
Yep,
is
pilot
sorry,
maneuvers.
Pacific is on his Science Odyssey. Nation is on his mirror mirror. Frick, it escapes me the name. It's the one with the 3
Galaxy
nacelles.
X.
Galaxy
Yeah,
X.
the mirror
Galaxy,
Galaxy X.
Dreadnought.
Dreadnought. There you go.
I've got a weird paint scheme on it for some reason. I don't know what it did. Where are you at right now, Spock?
I am in some random
Because
place.
it keeps putting me back next to Earth Space Dock.
Oh, yeah, put me next to Wolf 359. I guess I'll be there.
I'm in the
Well,
Alpha
no, hang on.
Quadrant.
I'll come to Wolf 359.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm right
make
next
my
to
way
Wolf
there.
359 too.
And then for anybody who is, you know, who forgets a little bit some things, because I admittedly forget a lot of things in Star Trek. Wolf 359 is the system where the first encounter between the Federation and the Borg took place.
Yep.
And it was
No,
not
the
pretty.
first
With
encounter.
Locutus.
Well,
It
true.
was
The
the
first
first
one was in the
battle.
Delta Quadrant, right? Because that's
Yeah.
when Q
Okay.
flicked their ship
7,000
there.
light-
I'm sitting right behind you. If you can, focus in, do a close-up of my ship.
Sounds good. Park. That looks cool. I just saw a human in space.
Well, see, I've got the nose art on it.
Are you in the system?
We are.
Yeah, there's like 30 different options you can use for art. So.
Yeah, if you notice, I've got the teeth like a shark's front.
Oh,
That's cool.
I know what it is. Yeah, it's one of the legendary
That's cool.
options.
Yeah, it's one of that 10-pack bundle.
Yeah, that's actually kind of cool. When I saw it, I actually wanted to get it, but I don't
They
have
stacked
the
us up
legendary
next to each
bundle.
other.
So what ship are
I'm
you
on
going
my
to be
way to
using,
the
Robert?
system.
I'm using a crossfield refit that has also been refit and looks. Ugh. And my
Sounds good.
excuse,
Sovereign
it
class
comes
just
from
warped in.
That would be me.
Branch off of the timeline, and one that forced still existed, and the crossfield class was created later on in the future and was sent back through time. And for
Oh,
some
dang.
odd reason, they needed to use square nacelles to make it flow better. Don't
Hmm.
ask me why. And for some odd reason,
Why?
in that future, it had extensive jumping capabilities because they found a way how to transwarp easier.
That's really cool. Holy crap. I had no idea about that. And Hector says Sci-Fi Nation is overcompensating with those nacelles.
Overcompensating?
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I like that version of the Galaxy better than the standard version.
Interesting. Why? Like, just out of curiosity.
Just waiting on the
Because-
guys here to meet up. Oh, wait. There he is.
Who
Mr.
is?
Get over here.
No, I'm from the mirror universe. I'm ready to attack these ships from this universe.
Get over here, Mr. Enterprise.
Yeah, I'm Mirror Universe too, so.
You think you're cool, Sovereign? Huh? You are. Dang, look at
I
that.
am cool.
That's sick.
Unlike you pacifists over here in this universe.
So there's a no clip ability the developers have so that they're able to move the camera at anywhere they want, pretty much. I don't have that ability, so best I can do is really zoom in on the boys' ships here. This looks cool. Whoa. A little light reflecting off the back of the ship you have. The brown texture, that's awesome. It's like a brown yellow.
Purple glow? Yeah, I'm not sure what that purple glow is actually from.
From
Might
your
be the-
nacelles,
Probably
looks
the
like.
sides of the
Warp-
nacelle.
The warp engines I have installed. What do I have installed for warp engines?
Probably would
I have.
actually be under impulse.
No,
No, my
the impulse
impulse are
engines
orange.
are at the back of the saucer section.
So I have a field stabilizing warp core Mark 11. So battle, and then E over S, and then S cap, and then SSS. Okay, so here's what it has.
Now that's
Plus
nice.
2.5 additional shield power, bonus increase at low shield power. Plus 5 maximum shield power, allows your shield power to exceed 125. Max warp factor 12.34, max speed modified by sector space speed skill. Plus 16.3 starship battery expertise, improves battery duration. Add 7.5% of your engine power to your shield power as bonus power. Plus 10% slipstream speed. Plus
That's really cool.
Plus 267.5 shield regen. Plus 15 shield power setting for 21.6 seconds. Repairs offline shield systems. Minute recharge. That's the shield capacitor. That's the shield
Who is
power
this
buff.
guy? Nice ship.
That's what I'm saying. It's exploration cruiser refit.
That's the refit
Whoa.
with the newer skin.
Blasphemy just warped in.
I saw that.
Sorry, I just loaded in. Kind of. I don't even see
Welcome,
my ship
Robert.
yet.
We see it. Unfortunately. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Well,
And with
actually, I
that
ended
being
up
said,
changing
I'm
the
bringing in
spin.
my Defiant.
You know, it's got some cool aspects about it, but it for being in the 23rd century will never make sense to me.
Well, in my mind, this ship wasn't even created in the 23rd century.
Okay, so good start so far.
In my mind, my ship came off a completely different branch timeline because Admiral Forrest isn't even alive anymore. That's number one. So it would need to be in a branch off of a timeline, kind of like when all the Enterprise Ds got shoved into this one sector. Because you remember that, don't you? When there was
roughly.
just 1,
Parallels.
2, 3, and then it just started
Yeah, I
creating
remember that.
quantum duplicates of themselves.
Oh god, where am I going? Bye.
But yeah, basically, Forrest would be one of those quantum duplicates. And the ship that was originally used, I would show you, but considering my internet hasn't even loaded into Crossfield yet, I'm just going to tell you. It was a 23rd century Constitution class starship from TOS. That ship somehow jumped so far into a future, and then it got stuck there. And then this other race came, saw how stuck they were, and they basically created the Crossfield. So that way they could return back to their time frame. Because of that, they somehow created rectangular nacelles, which somehow improved the ship's capability in some way.
No.
I don't think
No, I
I've
haven't.
seen the movie Rising Sun.
At a World War II movie?
And Hector asks, when is this event starting? The Red Alert event has already started. It's currently live right now.
It started yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
It's
and it
live
goes
until
through
the
the
18th.
18th.
Yeah, November 18th is when it ends, 10 a.m. So complete this until then, and you'll be able to get the reward, which is an experimental ship upgrade token, which upgrades your ships, gives it extra device slots, an extra universal slot, and an extra starship slot. And it also gives you an ultimate tech upgrade, so you can upgrade something instantly to epic, and a specialization point. So that's pretty neat. That's giving you all that for free. And Matthew asks, where are y'all at? We're currently
still,
in Wolf 359 system.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
M10 able, take 2.
Okay,
Chrono
well,
says, I
most
missed
of us
this
are.
game.
Okay. Sean Connery was in Rising Sun. Oh, I know the movie. I've seen parts of it, but I haven't watched all of it.
I don't think I've ever
I
heard
missed
of it.
this game.
Yeah,
Chronos,
it
when
was
was the
Sean
last time you
Connery
played?
and Wesley Snipes. They were, I forget exactly what they were having to do. There was also an Oriental character in there. I forget her name. I forget the actress's name.
Chronos says, I don't like the
It does have
planet
something to
stuff,
do with
however,
something
on
over in-
STO.
Yeah, the planet stuff can get kind of boring. I do like the space battle stuff better myself.
Matthew, we're in Wolf 359 system number 1.
M10 able, take 3.
Yes, and Matthew, aka Admiral Saval, also plays this game religiously. So just another.
Well, he was asking in the chat what
Possible
instance
player.
we're in.
And I'm just saying that because I know he plays this game as much as the rest of us, if not more.
Did they
so.
kick you out, Robert?
Yeah, my yarn that did.
No worries.
And you want to know something interesting?
What's that?
Andoria is completely closed down in the 25th century.
There he is. Send you from Forbidden Angels.
I mean,
Yeah, I've got one of those too. Those are nice.
I mean, sadly,
Matthew has some great ships with some great builds.
I just like the way that the Alliance ship looks.
It looks like a Federation style.
It's
Bird
a
of
Federation
prey
Klingon hybrid.
Yeah, a bird of prey / Federation hybrid. That's awesome. Yeah, you
Oh,
can
somebody-
missed out on it.
Somebody's playing the fireworks.
gotta log into my main character if I want to do that.
I don't know if I've got that on this character or not. I forget which character I have it on.
Made this.
I believe if you're a
Sci-Fi
lifetime
Nation
sub, you get
character
them
for my
right.
channel. What's that?
You might be able to get them without the lifetime, unless I'm wrong.
Get what?
The fireworks.
Well, let me go down to my legacy unlocks. Let's see.
Because for anyone
I
curious,
don't
if you are a
know.
member, if you guys are a member, whoever's watching, and you've been subscribed to STO for a while, you do have the ability to use fireworks if you visit the Earth Space Dock and talk to the machine, which is by Admiral Quinn's office. It will give you the ability.
Yeah, if you go through the main door, turn to your right and go around, it's actually right across from the temporal agent contact person. Right there on the right hand side.
Oh, okay.
How's it going, Brian?
Mr. Nerdporial, it's great to see you, buddy.
Hey, Nerdporial life
Feel
form.
free to
Good
join
see you, bud.
the feel free to join the voice chat, Brian, if you want to pop it into combo. We're gonna be talking about Star Trek Continues in a bit. Just what our favorite episodes are and why we
Oh, nice.
what in our comparisons
want-
they are to the newer Star Trek stuff coming out. My personal opinion is the fans do it better. I think a lot of
I
people can
wanted
agree
to
with
go.
that.
Here lately,
Sorry,
yes.
Spock, I wanted to go ahead and everybody that followed me over from my channel earlier, the links to all the creators that are playing this game or will be joining us, the links are down in the description for this live stream. So I encourage you to go check their channels out, give them a sub if you like what they're doing. Please subscribe to them. And Nerdporial Lifeform is in the chat. Subscribe to him also, please. He's doing amazing work.
Subscribe to everybody in the description of this video. I'm gonna naturally add it, so I'm gonna add everybody's channel in the description, even if they're not in the video, because there is a group I'm having now for Friday Night Trek, and everybody who is included, everyone should be subscribed to them because they put out some great content. Go subscribe to Dragon. He's gonna have an STO series coming up on his channel. He's still in the process of working that out, so it's definitely going to be worth the wait. I guarantee you that. And Mr. Captain Robert here, go check out his channel. He uploads Star Trek Online videos, him and his gameplay. Same with Pacific. He also uploads gameplay of him playing STO, War Thunder, and has a great pop talk show. So definitely go subscribe to Pacific.
Yes,
And
we
you all
might
know
be
Mr. Sci-Fi
STO
Nation.
And STO and Subnautica.
Oh yeah,
Ooh, nice.
Subnautica
I have
also
that on a
on.
1. That good? Because I have it on a 1. I just haven't started it yet.
Oh, it's fantastic. Well, see, I'm the type I like. I'll go and buy a game, and I'll play vanilla all the way through, and then I go put the mods in. So right now, my Subnautica, I've got like 12 inventory slots, and my, prawn suit storage is like twice of what the vanilla is, and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've got mine. Got mine right now through Game Pass, so I'd have to buy it. Fortunately, that's what I love about Game Pass. So I can try a whole bunch of games without. The only thing I drop for that is actually Game Pass Ultimate. It's like $15 a month. 4 games a month, if not more, just from Gold. Then I get to play all the games on Game Pass. And a few months ago, they also included EA Play in that. I get all the Game Pass games plus the EA Play games.
Okay.
We're talking well over 100 games that I can play for $15 a month, plus I get to keep or $5 or whatever for free.
I got you.
Well, for $15 a month, for me, that's a darn good deal.
It's a very good deal because this way you can try out games, and if you don't like a game, well, uninstall it.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. I don't have to worry about, oh my god, I spent money on that game. Now it's going to sit there. Get deleted and forgotten about, and it's wasted money. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I make sure to, because I remember I had an old library with just a bunch of games I don't play anymore, so I had to make sure whatever I'm getting nowadays, I just stick with it. Because it's either this I'm playing, the other game Vertex, which I made a video about on EBN TV, and sometimes I here and there I play Valorant and some newer games just for the stream, but I make sure it's the ones I already have installed. I don't buy any new games these days unless it's like something I know, like Hot Wheels Unleashed. I keep playing that as well.
For viewers of my channel, and for anybody else out there that might be coming to my channel for the first time, I did do Xbox gaming through the PC. I have an app on the PC that lets me do that. I am going to be going back to that. So we're going to have hundreds of different games.
You've got a Xbox emulator on there?
Oh, it's the Xbox One. On my PC, it's called the Xbox Companion app. It's an actual Microsoft app that goes on your computer.
Oh, okay.
And you can either do it through Wi-Fi, or you can hook it from the Ethernet port on the Xbox One straight to the Ethernet port on your PC. It gives it a direct connect.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like using a capture card. You don't have that lag. I did it on the old Dell, but I'm going to be doing it on this new PC thanks to Matthew, aka Admiral Saval. I just haven't had a chance to do it yet, but that is going to be coming up in the near future. So I just want everybody to be on the lookout for that.
Okay, definitely.
I did fix the lag issues with me streaming games, Admiral. It was in a YouTube setting that I learned I had to correct every time I made a live stream for gaming.
Matthew says he's not able to get into Section 31.
I think that's just because of who we had set up for today, just to keep it a little organized.
Yeah, that's normally locked if I remember right.
Yeah, he's definitely more than welcome
is.
to join the next stream. I'll add him to the group chat we're all in. Which is kind of annoying. Discord limits group chats to only 10 members in there, so I had to remove my friend Abraxas because he told me it was okay because he doesn't play STO as much anymore. Which is unfortunate, because he's playing another game.
I think if you pay for the Nitro, they call it, you might get more spots, but personally I don't see a point in it for my server, so...
Yeah. Well, I'm ready to start this. It's unfortunate I can't even invite Matthew to our team. It only limits us to 5, like an away team. But
right.
Let's get a TFO going.
That'll work.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, Matthew's good person to play with.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go check out his channel and subscribe. I already love the name.
He definitely needs more subs too. He needs more love on his channel.
What's his channel called?
Admiral Saval, just like from Enterprise.
Okay, I forget, 1L or is it 2Ls? Saval.
1L.
One, I believe. Yeah.
How you doing,
Unless
Brian?
he spelled Admiral different, but I don't think he did. I'm subscribed to him. I just can't remember exactly how he spelled it. I think he spelled it the right way.
Oh, it said Forrest left the team.
Yeah, looks like
I
he was kicked
was
off again.
kicked halfway.
I saw somebody get left behind when we were warping out.
Daniel's Hot Topic says, "Hello, Sci-Fi. Sorry I missed your cast. I was out."
Well, that's okay, Daniel. Not a big deal. That's why I leave my live streams up, so you guys can find out what I'm up to and where I'm at. You know, after I get done live, I leave them up. I don't hide them or anything.
You said Admiral Saval is the name of the channel?
Yes, Admiral Saval. He's also joined the Discord in the chat room.
Yes, and he does have
currently
his own
online.
Discord. He also has his own Discord server.
Okay.
I'm full on those. I have to leave some more that my old friends created just for fun because they're just in the way now because I've been invited to a bunch of my friends' Discords. It's like, crap, why do they limit how many servers you could be in? Because I can only be in so many, unfortunately.
Right.
What is the limit on those?
I think it's like 20, 25. I could be mistaken on that.
Okay, I'm not even close, but
I remember I looked it up last night because I was kind of annoyed by that. But yes, Tuesday Night Trek was great, Brian. Star Trek Continues finale was arguably the best part of the series.
Oh, do you want? I think I might have. You guys might already know, but I went on to Wes Moody's Tuesday night, Trekking on Tuesday nights, and they were going to watch episode 10, which is part 1 of These Are the Voyages. They got Vic. Vic was in the chat, and they got him on the show. And this was after. This was like
really?
This was like an hour. This was like an hour and a half after I left, because I went on the show for about 10 minutes, talked about, same stuff that I was saying during Tuesday Night Trek, and
That's crazy.
and a parrot had
I
put
wish
it on
I'd
my.
have seen that.
Yeah, so I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe we'll get Vic's attention. Vic's probably been, promoting
He's a-
himself that way.
I don't know if he's like, hardcore Trekkie, but I can tell he
Oh yeah,
he loves
he's
it. I mean,
he's a hardcore.
he
well,
made
he's a
the
hardcore
series,
TOS fan.
so it
I mean,
must...
he used to pretend he was Captain Kirk. That's why he got like Shatner
Yeah,
down
that's
to
why
like a
he
T.
went into
That's
the
what I
role.
remember from like the radio. He used to listen to it and imitate
Yeah,
it.
he and one of his friends did something when they were like 10 or 12 years old. Made a little fan fiction movie about Star Trek.
I mean, that would be crazy if he's like really interested enough to join Paul's Tuesday Night Trek. That would be amazing.
And that would be awesome to talk with him.
Yeah,
I would
would.
love to talk with him.
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, ever since everything that happened to him,
Yeah,
he's still doing the conventions.
he's
And
still
when you
doing.
look at he's doing the conventions when they let him.
Yeah, I mean, I
You've
like I
still
said,
you've
you have these jerk
You've
off
still
Trek
got the-
conventions like
yeah.
the Las Vegas one that I went to last August. They wouldn't let him. They wouldn't let him there. So, and plus,
Yeah.
I didn't really care for the environment, anyways. I mean, that's just me.
Like I said, if
Sorry
you
to
actually
interject
watch it-
here, but later,
Go ahead.
Kronos. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy. I hope to
Yeah,
see you
you take
again.
care, Kronos.
See you, Kronos.
Live long and prosper.
If you actually
Apply.
look at these conventions that he does go to, I mean, he's got people lined up. I mean, you're talking 500-600 people deep waiting
Yes.
to meet him.
I
Yet
mean,
these same people, these same idiots that started this crap, like Monica Rial,
Yeah.
will be lucky if she gets 10 at her table.
People, yeah, I mean, I think majority of the fans, are whatever, stand with Vic. Because they see, I mean, we're not idiots. We can see what's being done. I mean, he's one of the early, he was canceled. I mean,
he was
Yeah.
pressured into getting it canceled. He had a lot of plans,
He was me too
so
by a liar.
and it kind of makes me believe that he was told that earlier, like maybe before the last 3 episodes, he was told to, like, cut the show short. So he really spent time to think how he could connect this to basically everything, like to the movies.
I just watched a video on the reason why.
He would have saved that, though.
I just watched a video on exactly why he had to wrap it up. Well, there was this project. There was this project. I'm sure you guys all know it. Axonar. Well,
yes.
Well, those jerks actually, got CBS's attention by, the basic rule is, fan productions are not. I mean, according to what Vic said in his video. Basically, his reasoning was basically he didn't call him by name, but everybody I knew it was obviously Axonar. But you're not supposed to get paid, when you're doing fan productions. It's supposed to be not for profit. Well, Alec Peters, who runs Axonar, was paying himself salaries and stuff and pocketing the money and stuff, and hence, CBS got CBS's attention, and CBS came up with these rules and stuff. So in other words, they kind of ruined it for everybody else who was making fan
because
content.
They were starting to profit off. Why would they do that? That's horrible.
Because Robert Burnett said this too. The guy's Alec Peters is a complete piece of junk to be G-rated.
Robert Meyer Burnett used to be part of that too.
Yeah.
He left, but I mean, he's got some interesting background on that.
Oh yeah, he no bars held. Yeah, he went straight in for the balls. But they already had funding. They were able to get funding from like Kickstarter and stuff to fund this. So they had 3 episodes left of funding. So they just wrapped it up in the 3 episodes, which were the ones that we watched for Tuesday Night Trek. So hence that's why they released them all like relatively in close proximity. So
right.
But yeah, I mean, I was listening to Ricada's interview with Vic right before we were watching Tuesday Night Trek, and just listening to it was just heartbreaking. Like there were points where there were points where Vic wanted to cry, and people in the chat were. People in the chat were like, "Don't cry."
Nick Ricada wouldn't bring him on the channel. Has something changed?
No, this was like back in June, so I'm guessing maybe Vic finally agreed to bring his side of the story and stuff. So I mean,
because I know Nick Ricada's been following that.
Yeah.
And I love when he has Ty Beard on. I love Ty Beard. Ty Beard's fantastic.
Yeah, Ty Beard, I believe, was Vic's lawyer.
Yeah, he still is.
Okay.
That's still ongoing.
I mean, the one thing that Vic really said, the one thing that he really wanted to get out of the, the lawsuit, according to his own words, was just for them to remove a tweet, and get out of his way of being able to find work and stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's all they're doing is they're blocking his means of continuing to find work and stuff.
His chosen career field, yes.
Yeah. So I mean, like, hence cancellation. So
Tim
have you
even
ever
has to say,
seen the depositions?
I watched one of them
yesterday.
I watched part 4 of one of them. I think. Yeah, he was like at that point he was livid. I'd be livid.
Tim even has to say
Ron
to that.
Toye looked like a complete idiot, as did
Hail,
Monica
Tim.
Rial. But Vic put them all to shame.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that he said during
see you, Tim.
Nick's
Thanks for
interview
joining
was
the
that
stream,
he
buddy.
barely knew
Spock
Ron
on.
Toye. Like he saw him in passing.
Yeah, 14
That
more
was it.
subs.
And
But Ron Toy, the way he puts
14
it out,
more
he
subs,
thinks,
bro.
you know, he
I
puts out like
appreciate
he was
everyone's
Vic's
support.
best friend.
Everyone's
yeah,
been
he
great,
wasn't.
just
He
awesome.
barely knew him. And the thing was, like, you know, he literally said the only person that had general disdain for me was Sean Schemmel, who voices Goku in Dragon Ball.
Right.
Everyone else kind of
Which
pretended
Schemmel's a
to.
piece
Yeah.
of garbage.
And I mean, and everyone else who we really like, Jamie Markey, Monica Ryle, and Chris Sabat, who is like one of the voice. He's like one of the top dogs at Funimation. Pretended to, you know, get along with him, pretended to be his friend when it was, you know, convenient.
Yes.
And then they like right away, right after the Broly movie that came out in like January 2019, they just completely turned on him and came up with all these allegations, and it's crazy.
That's
And
ridiculous.
yeah, kind of the same thing with Galgo's channel. I think it's just professional jealousy because he's popular and they're not.
I don't know what's going on with him. Is he okay?
I haven't heard anything from him since he came on the VacTube stream, and he unloaded. He dropped all sorts of F-bombs when the second time his channel was taken down. And that's the last I've heard from him.
His channel has not been reinstated yet?
Not as of a couple days ago, I checked.
I mean, he just started a channel. I mean, what was he just does anime reviews? That's it.
Exactly.
I know.
Thank you for your
But
That
this
was a
is
good
the
TFO, by the
second
way.
time that channel's been taken down for the exact same reason.
That's bull. That's bull.
Yeah, YouTube,
It
you
is.
messed up
Because
big
I'm
time. Please
because I
bring
wanted
back
to.
Golgo's channel.
Because going into the new year, I wanted to do a layman's guide to an anime show. Because I watch a lot. I own a lot of anime myself, and I wanted to do like, you know, something similar where I wouldn't really spoil the show, but it'd be like an introduction to get people interested to watch and stuff. So, and of course, I would show footage. I would show
Well, see,
clips.
that's all Brandon was doing, was trying to get people interested in anime.
Yeah.
Is that Calamity?
I've been getting hit with a lot of copyright claims lately. So maybe
Hey,
I should
Tim
focus
Possible.
on video games. Video games, I haven't had any trouble with copyright claims.
Impossible in the chat. What's up, buddy? Great to see you. Another great creator right there, guys. He is awesome.
Tim Possible. Yep.
Hello, Tim Possible.
Thanks for being here, Tim. Thanks for supporting the channel for as long as you have. You've been one of the longest members here. You've been supporting this channel since day one. I appreciate you, man. I really do.
What's up, Tim?
Well, even last night when I was doing my pop talk, I was showing the Boba Fett trailer, and I was pausing it more than necessary, but I figured, hey, if it keeps me from getting a copyright strike or copyright claim, I'm gonna do it.
I don't think Disney's.
make
I don't think Disney's bad when it comes to like showing, like, you know, their trailers and stuff.
Oh, but
Universal,
with any trailer,
Universal, they're jackasses. I tried just doing a review for Halloween Kills, and I just showed footage from the trailers and stuff, and they copyright claimed it. I tried to fight it, and I tried to find it, like, oh no, of course they're gonna say, oh no, our copyright claim is valid and stuff. I'm like, I'm showing a freaking trailer. So
the best way to do that would be have it up like in your share screen or whatever, but also have it in a screening room where people can actually listen to it. There's one called Cosmi.io, KOSMI.io. It's a great screening room. It works great with StreamYard. I'm sure it works well with Streamlabs as well. I haven't tried it, but I'm sure it does. So there is options out there. Your best bet would just be, if it's on your actual YouTube feed, to leave it muted. Even if you are pausing it, that way they can't catch the sound bites.
Right.
Your audience would still be able to watch it with you in that screening room, so they could hear And obviously put the link down to it in your description so people can come back later and watch it.
This guy's just checking out our ships.
Is it possible to collide with ships? Jem'Hadar style?
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately,
seen that
no.
in here.
But you know what? I might as well show you something.
Oh, I do have ramming speed. Let me
Yeah,
see if it
but that only
I
works.
might
on
as well
just
show you
25%
something, Mr.
health.
Nerd.
And actually, at one point,
I haven't used this ability. I'm going on my KDF character if you guys have any. I haven't used this baby in a while.
Those real Klingons?
But it is extremely low level.
This is Chrono System, so you can use the KDF faction, and there's some things the Federation can't do. Like, they can't enter the Chrono System. Only KDF characters can.
Right.
Now there used to be a thing back in the day. It was called it was a track that you could get as Federation or Klingon. And if you got high enough rank in that track, you could travel within the other one's space. I'm not sure if they changed that or not. I think it was called the diplomacy track.
Yeah, they still do have the diplomacy thing.
And back in the day, if you maxed out that track, you could actually have Fed go into Klingon space and vice versa.
Now, this is
Without
not
triggering-
a great, amazing ship because it's from Discovery, but it has one very cool feature, and I will show that
That's
to
a
you, Mr.
Cleve battleship.
It is.
So I noticed they show real Klingons and not the Kling Orcs, or do they show Kling Orcs as well?
This is a Kling Orc ship, unfortunately. But here's one of their cool things. It's like you said, it's kind of like a Jem'Hadar, go out with a bang kind of style. Here we go.
Is that a light? What is that? That's kind of flagellating. That's a light, I guess. Or is that a beam?
Behind me?
Yeah.
That's a warp trail. So what I just did right now, I was able to ram into her because I have a funny console. I don't know if it works on all ships, but it's called Glorious Charge. It came off of this ship where basically you're just able to ram ships and deal damage to them doing it. But it's got a really annoying recharge. It's like 2 minutes. Alright, I'm gonna warp out here. And this ship looks like a cucumber. It's kind of funny. In a weird way. It's shaped like a cucumber.
So is this the Chrono System you said? This is
Sidea system.
Yep.
I was in the Chrono system earlier.
Oh, you're in the Sidea system?
Yeah, I'm warping out of it right now.
Is that is that Federation?
14.89 to be exact.
Is that a starbase?
That was
Behind
a
you?
starbase that did not make it, unfortunately, in that storyline. It
Yeah, I
blows
had
up
to.
in the end.
I had to quote you, or I had to quote Spock, because you know how Spock would always say, our odds would be like 13,500.7 to 1. And Kirk would be like 13,500 to 1? No, 13,500.7 to 1. I think it was Aaron de Mercery. He did that. They're like the odds of getting out of there alive.
Sci-Fi, you're Alexander James, right? Or is that someone
I'm
else?
on my other character right now.
Okay.
That's me. I'm on a different character though.
No worries. I'm
And
gonna switch over to this ship. What's up, brother?
Where the heck did
If you were to invite me,
359 go?
you would need to invite me at task force operation.
Okay.
Simply because teaming on Fed does not work, but task force operation does.
This is the ship I usually use on this character, for now at least.
Your
It's
girl
the... Yeah, this is the Jem'Hadar ship. Which I think was the first LLAP box I ever got in this game from the tier 6. I was so excited. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my god! No way! This never would have happened to me in any game. I think they're just nicer to beginners. Because that was the only lockbox I ever got next to the only other one I got recently. But that was out of the exchange. Really nice ship.
Let's see, mine's the Science Miracle Worker Cruiser, Tier 6.
Me hide my HMI. Do. There.
And I leave death and destruction in my wake.
Yeah, you do.
Oh my gosh. Got like fire spouting out behind. What do you think of that ship?
Oh yeah,
Brian?
that was an event ship.
One of the Fakiri ships? Fakiri carrier?
No, it's the Feklir carrier.
Okay.
If I remember correctly, it was like the winter event ship like 2 years ago.
It was.
Yeah. I was wondering why I had a box for that I never opened.
Yeah, it's the Gotad carrier from last year.
A lot of times I just like to sit back and release the dead.
I'm coming back to Wolf 359 in my event Odyssey.
Event Odyssey?
I think we're allowed to go to Wolf
Yes.
359, right? Or no?
I don't know.
Not as far as I know of.
Well, they did say they were calling for help from the Klingons. Fight the Borg at Wolf 359.
Alright, oh yeah. Last
Yeah,
one we're
also,
doing is the Zinkethi.
Oh, how fun.
I know, right? It's gonna be a blast, but it might be easier since
This will be fun. I haven't played this ship in about a year.
I have a specific trait on this ship that it's gonna make it worthwhile. And it's
So I
only
used-
purchasable from the KDF faction. You have to like get it out of a ship in the Federation faction.
Oh, I think I know what you're referring to.
You know it,
Should I use
Sean.
my more powerful ship or a better looking ship?
Better
Did
looking.
you use it the other night?
This I don't think I've used this on stream too much. Just mainly because the
Yeah,
character
that
hasn't
was-
been finished.
Okay. There was something going off the other night, and you were calling it. I don't want to say it, but it was called something to do with a Klingon thing, and it was. Remember those bright flashes of light that you were like, "Is that?" Those bright white flashes of light that came on screen when we were in the battles.
I forgot. I think I know which one you mean. I forgot. Was it probably my Card? No, it wasn't the Cardassian ship. Crap. Oh yeah, it was the one with the beacon of Kalos, right?
Yeah, Beacon of Kalos. I've got like 10 minutes and then I gotta get going. How long is the Zenkethi last?
I don't
Probably
remember.
around that long. Maybe shorter. Weird. It's not letting you start the TFO.
Oh crap, I'm not in a group. How did that? You invited me. What happened?
Lexi, right?
Yep.
No, Lexi, you're in.
Yeah, everyone's in here.
Yeah, but I'm not. I'm not in a group.
No, yeah, you're in the task force operation though, since we're on different factions.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Here.
Yeah,
Let me
see,
try.
he's still running his Starfleet characters.
I put all the links in the chat, by the way, for all
I
your
appreciate
channels.
that, Brian. Thank you. Thank you for doing
Thank
that.
you, Brian.
I couldn't think of anything for Black Dragon, so I just said so you don't get burnt.
I saw that.
Your life as you know it is over. Subscribe to Look Cutest.
That one was a
that
good
was smart. Yeah.
Was Captain Robert April? Because I know, is that who Captain Robert is, or is just Captain and first name's Robert? Because I was going to put down the OG USS NC-1701 Captain originally.
That would work.
I think it's two different people, actually.
Well, there's Captain Robert, which would be short for Captain Robert April, or you could go
But see, Captain
April.
Robert April is a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Yes.
Got some competition, Robert. No, I'm kidding.
Just subscribe to you, Captain Robert.
No,
Forget
Captain
that.
Robert April's cool.
Did I subscribe to Locutus? Yeah, I'm subscribed
Yeah,
to
Locutus
Locutus.
has been playing a lot of NHL
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, Locutus assimilated me.
Weird, it's not letting us do this TFO for some reason. Maybe I have to warp out of this system.
Okay,
Resistance was
I
futile.
have an idea.
What's up? Am I able to start it privately, actually? With 5 of us?
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's try that. Good idea. Good idea.
Oh, this will be fun. I haven't played this
There we
character
go.
in a year.
Here we go.
You will be Borg. Alright.
Today is a good day for battle.
Today's a good day for me to die.
Alright,
Wait,
pets.
Borg encounter? That's what I first
So-
saw.
My
Has
pets are
something-
about to do some crazy stuff right now. Hopefully they get out of the ship quick. Alright, you guys take care of those cubes. I'll take care of these two.
And it looks like I'm just gonna stay here for now.
So are those cubes other players, or are they,
NPCs.
No, these are just
they're
bots.
NPCs?
They're
Okay.
just NPCs. If you want a
Damn.
boss, there's a tactical cube in the back.
We will have your technological
So I
That's true.
forget, they have the, what weapons does the cube have? They have the cutting beam that I remember. They have the tractor beam that drains shields, I believe.
Right.
Mhm.
What else do they got?
Borg spheres. However, for some odd reason, they're not as powerful as Forest Tachyon Beam.
Well, according to this game, I'm just as strong as the Undine since I was able to wipe out 2 Borg ships. In reality, well, Star Trek reality, that would never happen.
So was that deflector beam that they
They have
used
the
in...
subnucleonic beam.
And then here's the tactical cube that the Borg Queen was on.
in Voyager?
Yeah. I'm gonna blow it to bits.
So you guys gonna watch The Expanse when it comes back on?
I plan on it.
I've actually only seen the very first season, but I forgot everything that's happened.
Oh yeah, there's
It
a lot
wasn't
going
that
on.
bad though, from what I remember.
I
Yeah.
didn't realize my ship's
I've just been
always-
rewatching a lot of Star Trek because of Tuesday Night Trek, and just had, you know, just for myself, just rewatching it again, and it was kind of nice because I forgot a lot of things.
Yeah, I've been rewatching like random episodes of like Voyager and DS9 at times. Like I rewatched the episode Living Witness from Voyager, which was I think a season 4 episode
Mm-hmm.
last year. I think because Dave Cullen talked about it and how relevant it is to, you know, the riots and stuff that happened last summer. So, and I think what was it? There was a Deep Space Nine one I watched. It was called Cardassians. It was the one where they Bjorn family has a Cardassian. They had adopted a Cardassian son, and the son's actually a biological son of like of an official Cardassian
Yeah,
official.
I
yeah.
remember
And he
that
hates,
one.
and because he grew up with, you know, or because he's been around Bajorans for a long time, he hates the Cardassians like the Bajorans.
He bit like
Dead
Garrick's
by
ear or
Jarek
something.
on the hand.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, his hand.
And then you
Yeah, I
find
remember
out
that
like
episode.
Garrick uncovers like a scheme that Ducat was up to using the sun or as like for some
Yeah.
political maneuvering. I forget exactly what it was. I'd have to rewatch it.
No, you're right on the nose though. That was basically.
I
it.
actually like those episodes, and of course there was the great episode. I think it was season 1. I think it was called Duet. It was the one with
Mhm.
Harris Yellen. He plays Gul Darheal, a former war criminal. But you find out that he's not actually Gul Darheal. He was actually the
He was a guy
the assistant
masquerading
or-
as him.
Yeah,
the
because he was felt extreme guilt.
Come on, boys, we got this. Just a little
Where does this
any
more,
weeny Unimatrix, no big deal.
but- No, Unimatrix
I need to
is
severely
bigger.
upgrade this Odyssey, that's for sure.
Unimatrix is much bigger because the Unimatrix is what they build all the 4 cubes and these lancers out. This is just a lance which can launch regeneration probes and spears. Which is a little bit annoying, but oh well.
We did it.
There we go. It was a glorious battle.
My God, my
it took me out
Taju
when it blew
fighters.
up.
Is that supposed to be
Just-
Gowron?
What do you mean if that
Horrible.
is that supposed to be Gowron? Of course it is.
I'm seeing the bug eyes in my head right now. Robert O'Reilly's bug eyes.
It's the one Star Trek impression I can do pretty well. Unless you
They actually
disagree
do
with me,
more
Nerdporio.
in one episode.
Now, gentlemen, to get to the final part of the stream, and conclude with what is your favorite episode from Star Trek Continues? The one that you can at least remember. You don't have to remember the episode name if you don't.
I don't remember a whole lot of them. It's been years since I've seen it. So I'm kind of, I can't
That's
give
definitely
you a
due
good,
for a watch party then.
and
I
that's
mean,
one series that I don't actually have.
What, Star Trek Continues?
Yeah.
Well, it's on YouTube.
Oh, I understand that, but I own physical copies of all the others.
Alright guys, I had to log out of the game. I have to be getting over to another stream. I want to thank you, Spock, for having me over here. Thank you to everyone from my channel that followed over here. And it was great meeting all of you. I hope we all can do something in the future. I had a blast tonight. This was awesome.
yeah.
This is why I love
This was
this
awesome.
is why I love supporting other creators.
I appreciate the pre-show, man. That was really great. That was really great. I definitely encourage everybody in the stream to go subscribe to Sci-Fi Nation. He also plays Star Trek Online and uploads pop talks of him talking about Star Trek with an open panel. Definitely go over there and subscribe to him. He's a great guy, and I'm glad to have him a part of these Friday night streams.
And I appreciate
Same
you
goes for the
plugging
rest
my
of you.
channel.
Of course.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What
Thank
do
you
you guys
so much.
before we end it off here, guys, and do one last task force, what are you guys doing for your channels? Anything new?
I'm gonna try to get out a new video this weekend. I'm sure an idea will pop in my head. As soon as it does, I'll lay down an audio track, find some pictures or video to put with it, and upload that as a regular video. So keep an eye out for that. They just come to me randomly. They just pop in my head, and then I talk about it. I don't do like current cutting edge, event type stuff because I believe there's a lot of other people that cover that are more articulate about how they speak on those subjects. So I tend to stay away from that. But like on my live panels, like Spock said, we do talk about everything because I can have more people up there and we can bounce ideas off each other and have debates and all that great stuff. So, if that sounds like something you're interested in, just check out my channel. I just want to thank everybody, on the panel tonight, in the game, in the chat. It's been a blast.
It's been a great time, man. Thanks for popping in.
Oh yeah, it's always a great time, especially with all these people jumping in.
And Spock, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and plug tomorrow's Over the Barricade podcast over Barricade on Twitch, where Quidman Jenkins and myself will be talking about this week's All Elite Wrestling Dynamite show and their Rampage show. We'll be giving our views and opinions on how the shows went this week.
Yes, guys, go watch Over the Barricade tomorrow. Pacific's gonna be on here. Here is a link to that channel, Over the Barricade. But yeah, that'll be great to see you again on there. He has a great setup.
He does. And we have a lot of fun doing it. And even before the show and after the show, we're, talking about various things related to professional wrestling, what we wish they would start doing, what they wish they would stop doing. And then we try to formulate ideas, not just for the episode that we're doing within a few moments on Saturdays, but we're also trying to think of ideas for the next week's show.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm definitely liking those streams too, because you guys are covering wrestling, which is an art I haven't seen in quite a while. My little cousin always used to put on WWE. I couldn't stand it.
I used to watch it a lot up until about 10 years ago.
Yeah, WWF, I used to look at that. That used to be pretty cool.
It just got to a point in WWE where they just started doing the same gimmicks over and over again, the same storylines over and over again, and the same matches each and every week. It's like, okay, Vince, you've run out of ideas. Meanwhile, AEW is just trying to give people an alternative to WWE, and right now they're doing it pretty well.
Yeah, see, some of the best wrestling they had were the Monday Night Wars between WWF and WCW.
And, don't get me wrong. I know it's all scripted. I know the match outcomes are predetermined. That's not the point of it. The point is watching the people inside that ring do what they do.
Well, see, I got into a debate with one of my officers. I mean, this was many, many, many years ago. Two of my officers were actually talking about professional athletes. And I walked by and they're like, okay, Sarge, who do you think is the most physically fit professional athlete out there? And I looked at him and went, professional wrestlers.
Yeah.
And they're like, but that's not a sport. Yeah, it is still a sport. When you look at baseball players have an off season. When you look at football players have an off season. Hockey players have an off season. Professional wrestlers do the same job 365 days a year.
With no break.
So they are the most physically fit athletes out there because they don't get any off time.
Yep. And if someone were to ask me who's my all-time favorite, if you don't mind me doing the impression, Spock.
Oh
Are
my
we gonna
gosh.
regret this?
Wait, sorry. Repeat that?
You think you're gonna regret this?
Oh yes.
Macho Man,
Hey,
Randy
brother!
Savage.
Oh, Randy
no,
Savage.
that was-
I thought you were
that
talking
was a
about my
loss.
boy, Randy Savage.
That was
Oh my
definitely a
gosh.
loss. I thought you were gonna do Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I thought Hulk Hogan too.
I can,
kind of
but
feel
he's
like a
not
fool
my
now.
all-time favorite. He's
No.
not my all-time favorite. It's always
Well,
been
Randy
Randy
Savage
Savage
is pretty good,
definitely
though.
had
Randy
a
Savage
decent
is pretty
arc in
good.
those storylines.
Mm-hmm.
He was the cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Gosh, the guy could cut a promo like no other.
Yes, he could.
Ooh, yeah, dig it.
All right, gentlemen. So while we talk about our last topic here, our favorite episodes of Star Trek Continues, we're going to be doing the red alert for Tholians again.
Brother with the Tholians, yeah.
All right, I'll stop.
I'm sure you remember the Tholians, though, right, Brian?
Oh yeah, I mean Tholians. We see them briefly in Tholian Web, and then we see them again in the flesh, in CGI flesh, in A Mirror Darkly. So yeah, and of course
Yeah,
they were
they're not gonna
mentioned
like
several
us right now.
times. I think they were mentioned in the Icarus Factor in TNG with Riker's father.
Yes, they were. And of course,
And
you always heard
there's-
somebody say, "I had a meeting with the Tholian ambassador."
And I think that's probably one of my favorites. I don't know about my all-time favorite, but that's one of my favorite episodes in Star Trek Continues. The name always escapes me, but where they encounter the Tholians again.
Oh, you mean the episode where they encountered the Defiant again?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
There's also like 2 episodes in Star Trek on. Well, one of them is an episode. Actually, 2 of them. I just saw 2 episodes in Star Trek Online that you encounter the Thorians. One of
Yeah,
them.
right now the Tholians are fighting the Borg while we fight them.
And the other one is.
Oh, I see it. I see the
Getting-
Tholian Web. Awesome.
Yeah, they have
So
the
can-
Tholian. You also have as a weapon for yourself, if you were able to catch the previous event, they gave you the ability to shoot one yourself.
So is the Tholian Web strong enough to take on a Borg cube? I'm assuming no.
It's
It
not
can-
like it does damage, but it does trap them, which is nice. So we're able to like concentrate fire on them.
So it only lasts like for a set amount of time.
Correct.
Yeah. And also, one other thing to note. The Thorian web, when boosted properly, can destroy 2 Borg probes on normal with ease. Actually, it probably could destroy more, simply because it chains all the targets together and locks them in place. And it actually does do damage. So, depending on what your target is, it can be nice. And also, it prevents them from firing on you. So, added bonus.
Correct. Yeah. I'm just getting Sci-Fi Nation's channel here, so I tell the chat here to go sub to him. Go subscribe to Sci-Fi Nation, everybody. It's great to have him on the stream today. He did a nice
Yeah.
pre-show for today's stream, which is nice. Got a lot of people here today. I appreciate everyone who came.
Yeah, I got the link. I got his link up in the chat. Over the barricade. I'll have to follow that. Thanks. Thanks,
Yeah, that's where
Spock.
Pacific's gonna be tomorrow. I believe tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern.
I have to get my followers, my follower count up.
Well, I'll definitely plug it.
That was a quick TFO. Let's do it again.
Thanks, Pacific.
Oh, come on, Brian. You can call me Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
Oh boy, here we go. So, what about you, Pacific? What is your favorite episode that you can remember from Star Trek Continues?
The Mirror Universe episode.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah, I was really excited. That was the one episode I was really excited to watch.
I was really excited for Paul to watch too, because he really liked Mirror Mirror. So I'm like, oh, you thought that was great? Wait till you see how it continues.
Yeah, all the episodes that regard the alternate mirror universe seem to be good no matter what show they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Because they
Except
did
for Discovery, of course.
Discovery,
they did a couple in Deep Space Nine also.
The Deep Space Nine version of the Mirror Universe is probably, I don't know if it's popular or not, but that's probably my favorite era of the Mirror Universe, where
with the
they're
Alliance.
kind of like, yeah, because when the Alliance is more in control and there's more of like a war brewing between the two.
Yeah.
That's like probably the most exciting
Which would
part
be
for me.
actually more fitting, because
Yeah.
that's the way it's designed.
That's the way it's supposed to be, right? Because neither side is merciful. Because when they were explaining the story, especially for the Klingon Cardassian alliance, they were enslaved by Terrans, and then they broke and rebelled, and then once they became powerful enough, they made the Terrans slave for them. I'm like, dang. Neither side is perfect
Yeah, a lot
here.
of a lot of the times they just, they rule just with how they know, with what they know and stuff. And since they knew how the Terrans ruled, they simply followed suit. And
My character in game is based on that universe. It's not actually Intendant Kira, but I've made it so that the Intendant is almost like a rank. So on each space station, they all have their own Intendants.
So Intendant's kind of like a captain or
Kind of like
Commodore or
Commander
something?
or Commodore, yeah.
Okay.
So this is the best I could do to
Or
make the
Empress
outfit.
Sato.
And speaking of that episode, I love Mirror Archer when he says, "Great men aren't peacemakers. Great men are conquerors."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he dies.
It was a very real episode.
I forget who lives in that episode. Obviously, Empress Sato lives, obviously. Who else lives in that episode? Does anyone else die?
And I think Merriweather survives.
Yeah, Mayweather.
Because as Archer's
right hand.
dying, she kisses
Mayweather. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. What about what's his name?
I think I don't know if Tucker survives. I know he was put in a agonizer booth.
Yeah, he survived. If you don't see him die, the character survived. That's the rule of TV shows.
I have to say, probably the most menacing mirror characters for me were Archer, Mirror Garrick, also.
I think plain and simple Garrick was more
really
menacing.
Didn't change.
Yeah, he was more of like the same person if he just went a little bit on the wrong path.
He's Obsidian Order, so I mean,
I think
either the mirror universe.
It's almost like if he was more
character's
stuck to his roots and didn't have the same kind of personal connection he had on the other universe.
I think Mirror Garrick is less intelligent than plain and simple Garrick. That's how I differentiate them.
I can actually see that.
He's just a brute, whereas plain and simple Garrick is, well, like you said, he's Obsidian Order. Obsidian Order is like the best way to. I mean, they basically use the Ingsoc party from 1984 to describe them. They know everything you do, everything you had for breakfast. At least the Nabrantane does. But that episode, that two-parter where Garrick blows up his own shop was brilliant.
Yeah.
You blew up your own shop, Garrick. All because he knew there was an assassin. All because he knew there was an assassin there that he blew up the shop.
Yeah, the Garrick in the Prime universe was definitely a manipulator.
Oh yes. And I think that you see him fully bloom as a character in in the Pale Moonlight, where he's like Cisco, you're like he's like telling Cisco like this is how we do it. This is how you do this, stuff like this.
Well, see, he had a great character arc in that. Yeah, I mean, you could see the deviousness behind him. But you could see where he changed to where he actually cared. I mean, when you look, when the Klingon Cardassian task force was going after the Founder homeworld, and Nabrantane brought him back, if you remember, he tortured Odo, and you could actually see the regret on
he's literally like
character.
Yeah, because he's literally like, he gets to the point where he's like, Odo, please say something. And of course, Odo, being Odo, is very, stubborn, and he's not going to give up. He's not going to give in.
That was a very tough episode for me to see, because it was like, poor Odo, dude.
It's like, yeah, they managed, even though they barely know anything about the Founders, they were able to come up with a device to keep, like, changelings from, reverting to their liquid form.
Uh-oh. Boys, we got a cryptic error. First one on stream. Let's go. That's a record.
Oh, I know.
Apologies about that stream. We just lost picture because the game decided to crash. It is a usual thing, especially after a new patch.
Yep.
Thanks for everyone who's still here, though. It's great to have you all watching. Remember, if you guys want to join, there is an Orville Episode 3 watch party tomorrow on the Discord server. We'll be going over Episode 3, Season 1, just talking about it after we finish watching it, and kind of give our thoughts on it. Because there's going to be a lot of first-timers in the chat who haven't seen the whole show as a starter, so they're going to be going through it the first time. So if you're going to be joining, make sure not to spoil anything or anything. Just to keep the other...
This is episode 3? This is episode 3
This is
that you
episode
guys
3
are on?
of season 1, yes.
I might
believe
join
it's
in.
the
That's
one
a great
where,
episode. It's about a
what's it
girl.
called? Yeah,
About a girl.
it's about Bortus's
Yes.
daughter.
That's a great episode. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about the various arcs of the Orville. I really do I do think the Mocklin arc is the most...
The most
How
trick.
would I say it? It's the most track in terms of allegory, in terms of our
Because it
society.
deals with an issue, but it's not like you feel like it's... I don't know how to describe compared to in Discovery,
It's not
because
preaching.
Discovery... Yeah, it's not preaching.
Discovery, they don't even know what they're talking about. They're just... It's all about Michael Burnham.
This is Michael
Discovery.
Burnham.
Yeah.
The Federation is its people.
The Federation is Michael Burnham. Remember that.
Yeah, no kidding.
And if you don't agree, then you're you're this and a that.
Yeah, I know. I'm a cis.
Just like Rey, Rey is the new.
I just
Star
don't think
Wars.
she earned her position at all. She's a mutineer.
I don't even know.
But some people are saying like, oh, is she really a mutineer?
Yes.
Yes.
So like, because she was
She
trying to
just
save the
read
galaxy.
and that already...
Captain's orders.
Because people are
and that
really
already-
convinced like she was trying to save the galaxy.
And that
That's
only...
this is what keeps me worried. Like stuff like that people claim to say about Michael Burnham makes me worried about the show in 10 years. If people are gonna praise it like the prequel trilogy.
No.
Because the prequel trilogy actually deserves its praise. You know what I mean? For Star Wars. Like
I
it got
like the
it
prequel
got it
trilogy.
got hate when it first came out, but over time it just grew on people. I just don't want the same thing happening with Discovery, because it's just not good in
Yeah.
any terms.
Well, I mean, what was the
PS9 even got hate.
what was the initial gripes about Discovery? The whole
continuity.
thing with the so the whole thing with obviously Burnham doing the mutiny. I mean, that breaks canon right there because, you remember the Tholian web in the beginning of the episode where they go on the Defiant, they see, the crew is all dead. And Chekhov asks, has there ever been a mutiny on a starship before? And then Spock says, you say, there's no evidence of ever such an occurrence and stuff.
And people can't say, oh, it's because they went to the 32nd century. Spock knew her before they went to the 32nd century, so that's already breaking canon.
Yep.
And then somehow Michael Burnham, she's in the brig, and she somehow tells the
Right back
computer
to-
with reverse logic to let her out and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess only Michael Burnham could do that, so hence so there's that, and then of course there is the whole Vulcan Hello, which is the name of the second episode. Whereas, you figure the Vulcans are all for peace, and they fire right away because the Klingons respect that or something, which
Right.
made no sense to a lot of people. So
But this is why this is stuff like this
hence
makes me
the
respect
reason for the
people.
mutiny.
People like this, like Kurtzman, make me really respect people like Vic a lot more. Because creators like
Oh
Vic,
yes.
they didn't have the need to say, oh well, even though I have this is my own thing and I'm in creative control, I'm still gonna keep it the same as how the previous incarnations wrote, so it doesn't break any continuity. Which is why I love his mirror episode so much, because of how much detail, how much attention to detail he kept from the original Mirror episode that was in the original series. It was just, that's the kind of creators we need. So I'm fully with you on that. Mike.
He said.
That's
I
a
mean, he
great
basically
episode.
set boundaries for himself when it came to the creative process.
And I'm
He
going to
didn't-
go back. Go ahead.
He didn't just, come up with a stupid excuse saying, "Oh, I need to have more leg room to be creative, so I'm going to discount, or I'm going to discard this idea, or discount this and stuff," which is what a lot of people in Hollywood have been doing lately, and fans just don't appreciate it. Because, I mean, we put a lot of money into this. We're customers. We put a lot of money into these, these franchises, and when you don't take that into account, I mean, it just angers people. There's less of an incentive to follow. When you do stuff like that, where you break your own canon, you break your own laws and stuff, there's less of an incentive to want to follow.
There's no respect there.
And plus, there's no respect either. I totally agree with that.
See, and I'm going to go back to the Cobra Kai. The guys that are running that are fans of the Karate Kid. They took great painstaking measures into going back and rewatching and seeing how the characters were and keep them in line with what was already established. They brought in new characters that you could get behind. They had a fantastic story arc behind them. They brought in the old characters to, as they say, pass the torch to the new characters, and they didn't destroy the old characters in favor of the new ones.
Yeah, they respected what came before, and I totally appreciate it. I watched the first episode. I'm like, I have to watch the next one, and then before I knew it, I was up all night. I finished the whole season within like a night. That's how good the first season was, and then ever since then, I've been every time the show comes out, I watch it right away. I just binge it.
What was your favorite episode from
Season
Continues,
4
Brian?
is coming in December, right along with the Book of Boba Fett.
Sorry, I don't know if I lagged for a second. What was your favorite episode from Continues, Brian?
Oh, me? Well, when I first watched it, I really loved the What Are Ships For episode with John Delancey.
The quote, man. What is the ship for? Like, There's
Yes.
an old saying, a ship at harbor is safe, but that's not what a ship's for.
Yeah, what is that from? Do you know? Is that from like a? Is that from like a? Is that from like a play or from a classic novel or something?
I will admit
Or is that- or is
fully,
it-
the first time I heard of that quote was straight from that episode.
Okay, because I'm wondering if it's like maybe a
But it very well
Horatio
could be.
Hornblower, because you know how like Star Trek Captain Kirk was based off of like the Horatio Hornblower books. Now I've never read them,
And it could be.
but I'm wondering if it's one from one of those famous naval older naval novels or something like that. Like
it
your
is.
typical, like your Master and Commander, I think is based off of one of those,
It's just a great quote
Classic.
because it's so right, like it's safe at harbor, but that's not what a
And
ship's
it's-
for. It's supposed to fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically it's a repurposing of risk is our business. That's what the starship's all
Exactly.
about.
Risk.
That's why
Risk
we're
is our
aboard her.
business.
So McCoy, do you still wish you operated with scalpels and catgut? He questioned McCoy about that.
Wait, what does he say?
Funny.
Do you wish that you were still operating with scalpels and catgut?
Oh my gosh, that ugly ship. What is that? The Discovery?
That was the
Why is it
USS
so
Discovery.
flat?
Our
Why is
little
it so
fellow here,
flat?
Calamity.
Why
It's
is
good
it
to have
so
him actually. I didn't even know he
flat?
was in the task force. That's awesome. We're gonna get this
All
done,
of
no
them
problem.
are.
It's so flat. It's like I thought I was looking at like a.
Brie Larson's butt.
Yeah.
Calamity Ganon and Forrest here are the first people I met on this game. They taught me a lot about how the ships work and stuff.
I don't even know what kind of ship is the Discovery, anyways. What class? I don't even think they ever
No,
brought
no
that
class.
up.
Yeah, it's a. I can't think of it
Discovery
now.
is a Crossfield class starship. The
Yes,
one
Crossfield,
Crossfield,
thank
is
you.
using
Yeah.
right now is a Crossfield refit.
Funny because
So
we've never
there's- so
heard
there's
of a
other-
crossfield anywhere in Star Trek.
So there's other starship types other than the Constitution class at that point?
Yeah, because it's very prominent, especially in the
Well,
original series. They said
supposedly
that there was
it's the
only
same
constitutions.
era oh, well, why am I drawing a blank? So, was it Captain April in charge of the Enterprise at this time?
Yeah, Captain Robert April.
Yeah.
The Discovery?
So
No,
you
Pike.
had the
No, it's Captain
No,
Pike.
Pike. Yeah, Pike. So there's a Constitution class in there, and as far according to the according to the first season, there were only 2 crossfields made, and that was the Discovery and her sister ship, which got destroyed.
Yeah.
Because they were experimental ships riding on fungus. I've never understood what all that was about.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think I ever want to, because it's kind of like a knockoff version of the Undine space. Like some alternate dimension where other things live. I mean, the only thing we ever got of that was Undine space, and that's what they should be utilizing right now, because they never died. Janeway from the future might have killed all of the Borg, but the Undine are still there. And they were only... They were only in the Delta Quadrant, and for as advanced as they were to destroy Borg cubes, they're eventually going to make their way to the Alpha Quadrant. That's what they should be utilizing instead. Something very similar to like a Dominion threat.
Wait, they
But
basically
10 times
did
worse.
that online.
Didn't Janeway kind of broker a peace treaty with the Undine during
If that's true,
Voyager?
I don't remember it. I don't remember that. It might be very
Undine.
well
Which
true,
one
though.
are the Undine? Undine.
Species 8472.
If
Oh,
that's
they
true,
actually
then
have a
that
name?
kind of maybe
Yeah.
make some changes there, but maybe they could say that they broke away from the peace treaty. I don't know. Because remember, they were
It was the
weird.
episode with
in
the
Voyager,
fake.
they were like
Yeah,
they
with the
in
fake
Voyager they made
Starfleet
the
Academy.
fake Starfleet and fake humans, and they did it really well according to like their
Yeah,
tricorders. they were
that's
convinced
the
it was
episode I'm
humans.
talking about. Because didn't Janeway actually talk to him?
Yes.
You know,
it
and
should- they-
basically
did.
tell him, hey, you know, humans aren't a threat. We don't care about you. You know, we just want to live and let you live.
Yeah, and a lot of from what I've been hearing, a lot of fans were disappointed with that ending. They were expecting.
Yeah, I don't remember
something
that. I don't think I'm
bigger.
happy with that either. I think it should.
They were
have been,
expecting,
you
like,
know,
something
it's nice to
bigger
have
than-
compromise, but eventually, not every Undine is nice. You know, I think
Yeah,
Well,
so-
no,
the Undine.
true.
I don't think the
Just
Undine
like
should
not
be
every human is
rationalized.
nice.
Yeah, and I don't think the Undine should be rationalized like they did in that one episode as just simple humanoids that can just break a peace treaty with. They kind of striked me as they don't take rules or orders from nobody.
If
you
you
imagine
recall,
Can you
The
imagine them
movie-
doing that with the Kalon and Orville, where they just end that storyline, but just by let's have peace, you know?
Yeah, like I don't see that.
but even the
The war
Boothby
between
Undine
Kalon
was
and
saying,
Go ahead.
even the Boothby Undine was saying to Captain Janeway that it may take some time for other members of species 8472 to understand the deal that's been brokered.
That's
because
right,
Not
that's
all
right.
of them.
Yeah.
They
I
could
don't
use
think
that.
we ever saw them again. We never saw them again after
No.
that in Voyager.
No.
That was
They could
season
use
5.
that though. They could definitely use that, Mike, as a reason as to why they're attacking the Alpha Quadrant. Or maybe not even they're attempting. Let's not say they succeed, but they're attempting to attack the Alpha Quadrant in, say, the 25th century, because you know it would be nice to see it happen in the characters and the timeline that's really well respected and we all know about. But I think the best thing we could do is start working with new characters, but not approach it the same way Discovery did, because I don't feel any personal connection towards any of those characters. There's even
It's because Michael Burnham takes up all the
spotlight.
takes out all the
And,
air out of
you
the
know,
room.
it's not like the same comparison with Kirk, because with Kirk, even though he was the center of the spotlight, you still did get episodes on the other cast, so you could see what their characters were really like and the chemistry between them and the captain. You don't get that with Discovery. It's just they do it really well in Orville, and that's something we need for Star Trek. And I always thought maybe Benjamin Sisko's son, Jake, would be a great starter, because he's supposed to be a writer, but you never know where his future really took him. He could have probably decided to go back to Deep Space Nine or go and listen to Starfleet and become a captain. And
Did
just
you
start a crew there.
did you any of you see what are the documentary? I mean, it was cringe as hell, but have you guys seen the documentary What You Leave Behind?
I have.
I have.
As
I didn't
cringe
mind it.
as cringe as it was, they did have that little thing where they talked about a potential season 8, where I had all the writers. Like
Yeah.
Lee Moore, Robert Hewitt Wolf, Ira Stephen Burr. They're all in the room. I forget who else was there, and they were talking like, you know,
More.
yeah, and they were talking like, you know, bringing everyone back, and then the first episode ends with Captain Nog and the Defiant being destroyed and stuff, and that's how they'd open their season.
Damn, that would have been interesting.
And this was, I think the documentary came out shortly before Aaron Eisenberg passed away. So
And
That was sad.
unfortunately, in that writers' meeting, they did include some woke points. Because after all,
well, I mean, they had, obviously, I met Andrew Robinson at Las Vegas. It was pretty cool. Like, I actually got a picture with him. He was one of the better actors. He just had a better attitude, in my opinion. And I asked him a few questions, and he was proud of his character. I mean, he wrote a book. He wrote that Garrick novel.
That's why I'm a
Just
big
to
fan
show,
of Jeffrey
like-
Combs. You know, Jeffrey Combs is the same way.
With Wayoon or Shran
With
or all
Wayoon,
the
Shran, even for DC, like
or the
when he
Vin- or
plays
the
as
Vince
Question.
or the Delta Quadrant's version of Vince McMahon.
He's just
in
he's a good guy.
the
You can tell.
Tsumkatse episode.
Oh,
You guys are talking about wrestling earlier. What do you guys think of that Tsumkatse episode with The Rock and Voyager?
I actually liked
Rock,
it.
Giving 7 of 9
I
the Rock
did
bottom.
too, but it's one of the least memorable to me. I mean,
it made no sense,
didn't remember
obviously.
Jeffrey
Like,
Combs
okay,
was in that.
obviously,
Yeah,
Seven
that
is
was
a Borg. She's got strength. She's got extra knowledge on fighting. But the way they described his character, never mind it's The Rock, but the character itself, the species, the way they described it, I don't see how 7 of 9 would have put up a fight. I really don't.
No. It
But,
was
I mean, she
funny
did get
because
rock
I remember
bottomed in the end.
because I'm in Chicago and stuff. Voyager was on channel 50 UPN, and you know what else was on UPN? SmackDown. SmackDown was on UPN on Thursdays. So I think it was Thursdays. So Voyager was always on Wednesdays, and SmackDown I believe was on Thursdays. So yeah, it was kind of like a crossover event almost. At least to me, it was.
It was.
My two favorite channels growing up was WGN Channel 9.
DS9 was on
and
that.
And WFLD Channel 32.
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up in that area.
I think to end off the stream, to talk about my favorite episode for Star Trek Continues. I've mentioned it a lot to Brian. I don't know how many times I've mentioned it to Robert or Mike and you guys, but for me, it's Pilgrim of Eternity, because my favorite interest in a character that they've added in the original series was Apollo. And I'm like, okay, I kind of find it interesting that they're making Greek gods almost as if they're just extraterrestrials, not really from Earth, but rely on Earth's worship as a source of power. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And Pilgrim of Eternity went into more depth about that, right? And we noticed that he's older now, and they played it really well since, the actor obviously had aged. They made it seem like, it's actually because he's losing powers. I thought that was really creative how they went around with that, and made it so Athena was basically on the bridge, right?
Yes.
And I thought that was amazing. Finally,
or was
Athena
it Artemis?
Was it Artemis? I don't remember.
I don't remember. No, maybe you're right. Maybe it was Athena.
I think it was Athena.
Nonetheless, like, seeing his character again and the way the episode ended, where it's just like a very poetic ending. He's, instead of relying on worship, he's helping people. And that's another way he can gain a sense of power. Oh, Mr. Locutus. Caught us right in time. We're about to end off the stream here, buddy. Just talking about our favorite Star Trek Continues episode. Mike said his was the Mirror episode, which the name always escapes me. I'm really bad with episode names. I'm gonna go out and say that.
I think it's called Let There Be Dragons.
Come not between the dragons.
Hey, I knew
it's a King. I think I read this. It's a King Lear quote.
At least I got the dragon part right.
Yeah. That's the one with the rock creature and the dad and the angry dad.
Yeah, that. I think. Dragon, what was yours again? I forgot.
Like I said, it's been so many years since I've seen it.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
have
that's
to
right.
rewatch
Sorry.
it to tell you.
Yeah,
No,
I'll just assume it's Come Not Between the Dragons.
Probably.
That's one of the best ones, I'll have to admit. Yeah, that's a very popular one, because for good reason,
that's the
too.
one everybody else likes, and we seem to agree on a lot around here.
It's just my favorite thing about this show overall. Oh yeah. Go ahead. What was yours?
Well, I mean, it's tied with the finale and What Ships Are For with
What
John
Ships Are
Delancey.
For? Correct. Yeah.
I just thought it was probably the most creative that they got. Like, just like showing, like, talking about like race and stuff, but doing it in a way where like the world is literally black and white. And I thought it was a great idea. I'm like, wow,
An interesting way to display, racism because the thing about Star Trek, it addressed issues, but like you said, it didn't preach it, and it didn't make it feel like there was just a forced agenda under the whole plot of the show. Every episode faced a different issue, and that's what I was getting from the Star Trek What Ships Are Made For episode. because it was addressing racism, but in a very, you know, like Star Trek does, in an unorthodox way, where you're on a planet and the radiation makes it look like it's all black and white, so nobody can really tell what their skin color is, so they just all assume, you know, they're the same species. And the look on John Delancey's face just is the best part of the episode.
Yes, and and like when you talk about agenda and stuff, it's basically them writing. The way they write it is they're like, oh, this is wrong, and that this is right and that is wrong. And the thing is, these issues are never simple. Like, there's so many facets to them. So when you don't include the facets, you know, I find that it comes off as preachy and unrealistic and how would I say it? Not relatable.
Yeah.
People like Star Trek because it's relatable, and it's because it'll get you to think. You know, it'll make you. It might even question.
Like,
you know,
right now, we're talking about
beliefs.
episodes because not because we watched the show the previous day, but we just remember how impactful those episodes were, especially Deep Space Nine.
Oh yeah. It's just so well written. I mean, like Captain Sisko, he's such a great character. I mean,
I know
who happens to be black. But
I never
first he's a captain.
The color of his skin.
Exactly. He's a captain. And he's a father. He's a single. He's a widower. You know, and he has a son, and that makes him relatable right away. Well, having a son, you know, for to a lot of people, and
they should definitely use Jake a lot more for future shows.
I'm guessing.
Gentlemen,
so,
do you want to laugh? Because I just saw something on Twitter that'll make you laugh.
Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Send it over. I can probably put it on the stream.
I will do that here in just a second.
Thanks for everyone who's just tuning in right now. We're about to end off the stream. If you guys are curious when we start streaming, it's every Friday and Monday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and that would be also 9 p.m. Eastern. So definitely catch us around then. Streams usually go for like 2-3 hours.
All right, Spock, I put it in a DM on Discord.
Mayor Bill de Blasio just dressed as Captain Kirk during his press conference. Oh my god.
Yeah, look at the uniform he's wearing.
Oh my gosh.
Why is he wearing a science uniform?
It's Captain Kirk, guys.
I just saw something.
Where can I see this? Where can I
just put it up on this stream a bit. Here, I'll put it back on. Here it is.
Where?
It's on the stream now.
Yeah, it's on the stream.
What stream?
Spock's Friday night.
Well, I'm in the section 31 thing. I don't see anything. I just see
on the YouTube stream.
Go to YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Oh, okay. Oh, I see it. Oh, that you know what that tells me? Follow the science.
I like science.
This is the power of math, people.
Says he's dressed as Captain Kirk, but nerds familiar with the matter tell me that the shirt is in fact not what the character wore. This is why attribution is important.
I think he's only a core. If you look at his, arms, his wrists, I think he's only a lieutenant.
Yeah, he only has 2 stripes, right? Or
lieutenant, maybe lieutenant commander. So he's not even a captain.
That's funny. Thank you, Mike. That was awesome.
I just happened to check the Twitter sphere, and well, that popped up, and I said, "Oh, I've got to share this before we go off the stream."
All right, everybody. I'm gonna. What's up, Mike? What's up, Robert? Sorry.
I just sent you something over Discord.
Let me see. Oh my god. How do you know you won't ruin the Picard series? I've given you no word to keep. In my judgment, you have no alternative to CBS All Access. I see your point. Now, Trekkies. Bleep bloop bleep. Sir, Star Trek Discovery has been cancelled. Reinstate it! I can't. The Trekkies won't accept it. Where is the override? The override!
The next one says fire.
Fire. That was awesome, Robert. Holy crap. You gotta send me more memes for the end of these streams. That was perfect to end it off.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks for anyone in the chat just joining. Thanks for everyone who joined today. It was great to have a bunch of Sci-Fi Nations subs here today. I hope you enjoyed what you saw. We're going to be doing this again on Friday, this next coming Friday. This Monday, we're going to be playing... I haven't really decided yet. I'll put a poll on Twitter. Maybe you guys can decide for me. But yeah, definitely catch Mike tomorrow on Over the Barricades Twitch channel. They'll be talking some wrestling. And catch Mr. Nerdporio Lifeform. Anything you're doing, bro?
Yeah, I mean, right now I'm working on my Thing video, 1982, The Thing.
Oh, The Thing.
Oh yeah.
I've been rewatching the
John
movie
Carpenter.
Yep, I've been rewatched the movie 3 times just to get an idea what to write and stuff.
Old one's
so.
way better than the remake.
Yeah, I liked the 2011 one too. There's too much CGI.
It wasn't
that was
bad.
the only problem.
The CGI was cool.
It was, but that's the problem I've got with doing, because when you get to the end of that movie, they tie it in. They do a good job of tying it into the 82. You can play them back to back and think it's one long movie.
Yeah.
But the problem I've got is the same thing with like Prometheus, which is supposed to be pre-Alien.
Yeah.
You do it 20 years after the original came out and use the current technology to make it. So it looks like it's so much further advanced than what's supposed to come after it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's
so when
that's the problem with stuff. So
when's the release date on this video?
I hopefully within the week. So I was actually gonna do some writing, but then I was like, oh, Spock's on, so you were an excuse for me not to do any work today. So
I'm happy to be a distraction.
But yeah, I want to try and at least get the script and the me recording my audio done the weekend, and then hopefully I'll get it edited and done hopefully by Wednesday at the latest. So I want to get that done, and then I'm gonna do some Resident Evil streaming tomorrow and probably Sunday. If I don't get too scared.
Playing?
The first one, the remake of the first one on the GameCube. It's a Nintendo Switch port of the GameCube version. So that's what I'm playing right now, and
right on.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna and then after the thing, then I'm gonna do my long-awaited Donkey Kong 40th anniversary retrospect and tribute and stuff. It'll be similar to my Sonic video, and then after that
sounds like it'll be interesting.
Yeah, and then after that, the sky's the limit. I mean, I'm gonna do some Christmas reviews because Christmas season's coming up. Definitely gonna do Home Alone 1 and 2 is gonna be my first Christmas review, and then I'm definitely gonna do It's a Wonderful Life.
Hey, little fella. Open the door.
We know that you're all alone.
Oh my god, that's gonna be great. I'll definitely watch that.
Yeah, I remember how violent. I was a kid when those came out, so I saw those in the theater, and there were times where my mother had to close my eyes because of some of the really violent parts, especially in Home Alone 2, where he's on the roof and he just takes a brick and just keeps throwing at him, and he keeps hitting Daniel Stern in the head. And it's just like, I watch it now, and it just never gets old. It's just so violent. Suck brick, kid.
What about you, Mr. Captain Robert? Mr. Captain, what are you gonna be doing for your channel? Any
I still
plans?
need to think on it.
I
I'm not
definitely would love to see you
100%
do
sure.
like a run through of the Star Trek Online episodes, like series. That'd be cool. I was thinking of
Yeah.
doing the same thing.
Something for a normie like me when it comes to Star Trek Online.
Yeah, see, like people who probably won't be able to play the game and just want to catch up on the story, that would be great. Because the story is awesome. I actually like a lot of the story in this game. Until it comes to, you know, Age of Discovery. And, you know, we don't talk about that. But
Yeah, I already know one person who's already kind of cracking down on that. Have anyone heard of Surfly in-game?
of what in
No.
game?
Surfly in-game?
No.
Well, he basically did a run-through of pretty much all the episodes, including some of the extra ones that are outside, including Nimbus and the drones on the station ones.
That'd be cool. I'll check that out.
And he gets really in-depth with
I
a
definitely consider you doing one though, because you know a lot when it comes to Star Trek.
lot. I mean,
You're a genius, Sonny. Don't put it past you.
So when's the watch party for Star Trek: The Motion Picture, Mike?
Tomorrow at 6 p.m. and my watch party server on my Discord.
Oh
6
yes,
p.m. 6
Eastern.
p.m. Eastern. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
So yes, definitely catch us on Mike's Discord tomorrow, Pacific 414. Let me put a link to that. We're gonna be having a motion picture watch party. So definitely catch us for that. 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Perfect.
Here's
I can do my stream right after that then.
Well, I was also, you know, trying to coordinate a time that would work for all of us, and
And
especially
Daniel's Hot
with
Topic says
runtime.
Mira Kira is so cool. I hope she can return in New Trek.
Yeah, she survives. I mean, she survives.
And in Star Trek Online, they kind of show that she becomes the original Kira. She becomes a Kai, and then eventually she becomes a captain again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I always
Yes,
wonder
guys.
who. Like, they never really say who becomes the Kai because what's her name dies in the finale. I think Win gets
Yep.
all heated up.
Oh
No,
no, Kai
Win.
Win. Kai Win.
She gets
Yeah.
all hot and bothered.
Yeah,
Yeah, does she actually die?
yeah.
I
The
don't
fires
remember.
the fires consume her from the fire.
Okay.
king.
Yeah, the pod wraiths.
See, what I remember about that episode was the fight between Cisco and Ducat, not so much Win.
Yeah, well, Win tries to interfere, and Ducat under the possession of the power race basically eliminates her, just like blows
Gotcha.
fire at her. So.
Like I
And
said, I was
talking
focused
about-
on something else. I never cared for the Kai Win character anyway.
Speaking
Yeah,
of
that
guys
actress-
that have passed away, I want to say again, rest in peace to Camille Saviola. She was
Opaka.
Yes.
she played
Yes.
as Kai Opaka, so definitely rest in peace to her. She passed away recently. I don't know exactly from what have they said. How she was it
I
like
thought it
a
was
heart
cancer.
attack or something? Cancer?
I thought it was cancer.
Yeah.
It's the best of us.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What's funny is I think Kai Opaka made like one other appearance. I think in like season 3 or season 4 or something. In just in the visions, like in the prophets visions.
You're gonna be happy. So she also makes an appearance in this game, and it's the same actress too who voices her.
Camille
before she
Saviola.
passed. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It was cool too because you
They
got to
tried
hear
to get a
Ben
lot
again.
of like.
Heart failure.
So they tried to get like
She died on October 28, 2021, age 71 from heart failure.
Damn, that really sucks.
What was I gonna say?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
That's fine. I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say.
You were asking if they try to get any of the actors who are actually on the show to voice their characters, and
Yeah.
the answer to that is yes.
Like B, like I'm assuming they couldn't really get like the A cast, you know, like the main cast and stuff, but like the B cast, like your Garricks or your Ducats or your
Yeah, there's not too much of the
anything
A
Jeffrey Combs
cast in
played,
here.
or
There's not too
Jeffrey
much of
Combs
the
do
A
any
cast
voices
in here.
this? Does
Jeffrey Combs
do anything?
does. He does.
Yes,
he
he
comes
does. He
back
does
as
Wei
Wei
Yun.
Yun.
Oh, Wei Yun comes back. I thought Wei Yun's was his last clone was taken out.
His last clone of the Alpha Quadrant, but not his last clone of the Gamma Quadrant.
Oh, okay. So Garrick
So
wasn't. So Garrick hoped. Garrick hoped. I said that. I love that thing. Like, oh, it's a shame you killed William's last clone. I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, as far as I know, they don't have a Picard or a Janeway.
Or Kirk. They only have Kirk on his belly, and that's it.
Yeah, and he doesn't voice anything. And as far as I know, they've only got that one snippet of Cisco.
Yeah, and it's just his voice calling,
Coming out of
Kyle, and Kira.
Right.
He's speaking out of the Bajoran wormhole since he's basically a prophet now.
Anybody else under that? Yeah, they've got
they've had
Duncan
Michael Dorn.
McNeil.
Yeah.
They've got Michael Dorn.
Garrett Wong.
Yeah, Garrett Wong. I mean, everything under the captains, yeah, they've come into here to voice their characters.
Even Quark, Armin Shimmerman.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Nice.
And Aaron Eisenberg plays Nog, Captain
And
Nog in this.
Captain Nog.
Was Rom. He also voices Rom in the game.
Yep.
Alexander Siddig
and
also
Lita
has come back.
Alexander, or no, Lita Alexander was Babylon 5.
Yeah, and also Alexander Siddig makes his appearance in this too.
Yeah.
As Bashir
Dr.
again.
Bashir.
Mm-hmm.
There is a Lita, but it's not Lita Alexander.
Can I just say, like, on Alexander Siddig, I just saw Gotham, the TV show, for maybe the first time last month, and I had no idea he was Ra's al Ghul. That is probably, in my opinion, next to Liam Neeson, the best cast for Ra's al Ghul.
I agree, and they like got rid of him too quickly.
Yes, they did. They got rid
Just
of him
like
way too quickly.
He was great in Game of Thrones as Prince Doran of Dorne, and then they
But
killed
I like
him
how
off
they
really
kept it like
quickly.
the animated series Batman, where instead of Ra's al Ghul being the one who trained them, like in the Christopher Nolan series, it was just a sensei, like in the usual show and in the comics too, where I forget the sensei's name, where it was just a really special, very talented sensei who taught Bruce, basically for a couple years, and then he came back to Gotham. I like how they kept that. But I think for Monday we should be talking about this. If you guys want to hear more about DC and stuff like that, catch us on our Monday stream. We'll be talking about DC. I think for our next Friday stream, we'll be talking about Deep Space Nine, though, for sure.
Any required watching?
Let's go through, like, maybe the first couple episodes in the first season. Just,
Like
get the
past
gist of it
prologue,
again.
emissary, past prologue.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can
I think that one has the Duras sisters. You actually see the Duras sisters in past prologue, I think.
What were you saying, Robert?
I was going to ask if I can say something.
No, go ahead. Yeah, we're just
Okay,
talking a lot.
They do bring in more voices than what you think. Because for one moment, they did bring in basically all the captains. Measure of Morality Part 2, if you let that bell extend out farther than, let's say 5 seconds? Like, let's say if you let it last 10 minutes long, and let all the NPC ships do all fine, you get to hear Kirk, you get to hear Archer, you get to hear Picard, you get to hear Janeway, you get to hear everyone.
That's true, yeah. There's a episode where they just show their voices, but I think those are just snippets from the TV shows.
It kinda is.
They never, unfortunately, they never approached the actors to come towards the game, which is a big loss. They definitely should do that, because, you know, like Daniel says here, do you think that Avery Brooks will ever return as Cisco in Trek? I don't know about live action, but they definitely can bring him into this game. Like, for sure.
Yeah, they can.
Yeah, and Calamity also says that those were voice clips in that mission. So yeah, they were snippets from the TV shows. Alright guys, I think that's gonna wrap it up for today's stream. If you enjoyed this, if you want to see some more of this, next Friday we're going to be talking about Deep Space Nine, while we also play Star Trek Online. And this Monday we're going to be playing Up to You Guys. There's going to be a poll in the Twitter between Fortnite and Valorant. I just got back into playing Fortnite a bit. I missed out a lot. I only played Chapter 1 and then left during Season 3. So, because a lot of the stuff was just getting a little too much for me, but while I came back and saw all the different game modes, there's even Death Run now, I'm definitely considering streaming it. So if you guys want to see that or Valorant, that'll be the poll on the Twitter. But I also want to thank my panel here today, Mr. Nerdporial, Pacific414, Captain Robert, and Black Dragon. Thanks again for coming today, guys. It's great to have you.
Always a pleasure to be here. It's always fun.
Nice.
This makes the week worth being for me.
Can't agree
Always
any more than that, bro. It's definitely something I look forward to every week.
Thanks for having me, Spock.
Of course, Brian. I enjoy talking to you on Tuesday Night Trek as well, so I'll catch you on there again. I don't know what we're gonna go over next. Probably the motion picture, right?
Yeah, so I
Since
figure
we're watching
best
that
way to
tomorrow.
do.
We're watching it on my server tomorrow.
So yeah, definitely come by. I put the link into of Pacific's Discord server in the chat, so if you guys are able to come by tomorrow, we're gonna be streaming that at 3 p.m. Eastern. So come over to Pacific's Discord and join that. All right,
6
guys.
6 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, sorry. 6 p.m. Eastern, everybody. Not 3 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern. I think that was your Over the Barricade at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, Over the Barricade, and we usually only go for an hour, hour and a half, and I already have the disc inside my external DVD drive, so it's all good to go.
Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you all soon. Live long and prosper.